Talk life, talk, real talk. Step inside where the truth is laid bare. Love sweet highs and betrayals that tear. Friendships forged and those that break. Moments that challenge choices we make. Feel this. Life in where stories collide. Tales of the heart, no place to hide. From trust betrayed to lessons learned. Every page turned, every bridge burned. Astrology whispers, fading play. Parenting struggles day by day. Narcissistic masks, games exposed. Cheating hearts, doors that close. No filters here. Life in where stories collide. Tales of the heart, no place to hide. From trust betrayed to lessons learned. Every page turned, every bridge burned. Life unkind. Here's where the raw truth finds its voice. Moments of chaos, moments of choice. It's not just talk, it's what we live. Every tale's real, every moment we give. That's life. Life in where stories collide. Tales of a heart, tales of the heart, no place to hide. From trust betrayed to lessons learned. Every page turned, every bridge burned. Life in where stories collide. Tales of the heart, no place to hide. From trust betrayed to lessons learned. Every page turned, every bridge burned. Bridge burned. No filters here. No filters here. No filters here. Every page burned.
Hello, hello, hello.
Talk life.
Happy Saturday, guys.
Step inside where the
I have a
truth is
super
laid
rainy
bare.
day here
Love sweet
today.
highs and betrayals that tear.
Ooh,
Friendships
child.
forged and those that break. Moments that
Hey to
challenge
everybody
choices
coming on
we make.
in. Hope y'all ready to have a conversation, honey, because I may be here for a time. I may be here for a time because I have nothing else to do. I done cleaned up. I done did every damn thing possible, and it's raining. I don't want to be out there today. I'm good. So I'll sit here. If it goes into a marathon, then that's what happens. It's okay. If it goes into a marathon, a long marathon, I'm good with that too. Okay. Nah. Okay. Maybe about 2 hours or so. Look at Zell. Zell's a good sister. Let's run a marathon. Well, let's talk about some things, girl. Okay, hey Aretha, Fifi, terrific, darling, all the adult sisters. Hey babies. Metaphysics said happy Saturday. All mods and beautiful chat. Pray everyone is feeling absolutely wonderful today. I am. I'm raising my hand. I'm feeling good today. Darling says so happy you decided to spend the rainy Saturday with us. Darling, you see this rain? Oh, muggy and nasty outside. I'm good off of that. Okay. My my little shipments came and yeah, feel good, ate good, clean good. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna sit with you guys. I wasn't gonna wait till tonight. Tonight I'll watch movies or whatever I decide to do. Let me see. I miss you. I miss you too, BB. Let me see. I'll be back next week. Okay, girl. You out having a good time? You on vacation? You on a cruise? What you doing? What you doing, girl? Ellie, how you doing, bro? Geraldine, step on in the room. Hi, Jennifer. Hey ZX. Okay, so today, like many different topics we're gonna hit on. But the first two topic, this Yana situation is just like, oh my God. It's like I just wanted to enjoy the story and talk about it. And then it's like this shit getting deep. She didn't accuse the man of rape. She didn't get beat on. It's a relationship issue that shit could happen anytime. I just feel like they were in a relationship. It's not to be compared to with Sunny's situation. Okay, let me get to that. Okay, because I was peeking in on Sheena Live. Okay, I was before I came on here, and this passionately fun person said, this is and I totally disagree completely. Okay. She said, my issue is the people saying, let Yana tell her story are the same people who say that Sunny can't tell hers and she's a liar. So either way, we believe all the women or we give our opinion on all of them. There's nothing wrong with giving your opinion on all of them, but it cannot be compared. Okay? There's no comparison. Sunny retracted so many times, go over there, and even had a whole live apologizing and everything like that. Sunny was just mad because he wouldn't come on her live. He started to ignore her when he saw her, crashing the fuck out. Okay? That's what happened. She came to the internet, said he raped her, then in a violent way. Things like it's two different motherfucking stories. Okay, it's too different to me. So I don't give a fuck. You give your opinion on one or the other. But when you give your opinion on it, you're gonna expect people to come and give their opinion on it, right or wrong. Okay. Let me see. Manifest said they had a relationship. Right. Absolutely. There was no relationship there with the other one. You definitely can't compare the two. And not, hey, Mia. Artist, how you doing, bro? Terrific stuff. If you don't get your doctor's bill, okay, I need one myself. Um, ZX, hope you are well. Yes, you guys are giving ZX a shout out at the hill. But yeah, guys, it's not to be compared. You can break down, that whole situation with both. It's just not to be compared. So that right there doesn't make any sense to me. Okay. Hey Jennifer, I said hey to you. I meant to say hey to Omar. How you doing? But yeah, it's just not. It's just really stupid to me. Okay. With me, how I see Yana's story, I told you guys my take on it. Right, bro? Totally different. Okay. And she didn't come out here and say he violently beat her down, raped her, things like that. It just was not there. Okay, so I can't, I can't. I spoke about her story, right, and what she has told us before, which is most of it we knew about. It was just more in depth. Like I didn't know about the eating part, her having food, those little details. Like there's people that go through relationships where those little details, you'd be like, oh my God, he's a narcissist. Oh my God, like things like that. The story to me is not to be like, oh my God, she's such a fucking liar. Like, oh my God, why is she coming out with this right now? Why is it the book was already in progress. The book was already in progress. He even leaned his head to the side and said, well, it's her story. She's going to be writing a book about it and talked about it while he was in Jamaica. So you can't say why now or why this or why that. You just cannot because it was already in progress. And if she feels like she wants to do it here, why the fuck not? I don't give a fuck about her motive. Who gives a fuck? It's her story. That's just how I see it. Okay. And if it's like that, I feel like that could have been happened if that's the case, because he has dealt with how many people, After that, all types of stuff, but she never came and sat down on her channel and say, you know what, let me run this story right now. Like, I love that Yana stood up for herself. Absolutely. The only comparison, in my opinion, is that they were both young, vulnerable women. The difference is the thing accused the man of grape out of spite of rejection, right? And it was very clear because one minute she was apologizing, then the next minute she was screaming and hollering, then the next minute I love you, Papa, then the next minute it was just a big roller coaster ride with it because she wasn't getting what she want, right? And now it's been a minute since he's done, went out on his way, did his thing, whatever. When you're used to a man giving away dick, it doesn't matter if he's giving it away now or not. Like, it would have been like that, okay? The whole her going on Kiki's panel and all that shit is done now. It's done now. She's telling her own story on her own platform, doing her own shit. Mia Speak said the time is now. It's pretty quiet. Okay, I didn't look. I didn't see it as like, oh, she's lying, or oh, she's trying to bash Marcus. Come on, it's way worse shit like that going on with Marcus and went on with Marcus than this story. For him to feel like he's bashed or anything like that, he know what he did. He know what she was gonna come out and say, you know, and shit. So what is the uproar about? What's the uproar? Mm-mm. Listen. Hey, Hattie Boo. Artist said, "What's the problem?" She tells her story that her life story to tell. Right. Why so much hate? I've listened to so many people tell their story. Right. It's no other than the lady that told her story about, with the dude or whatever. Who the hell did I marry? Who was I living with? All these stories. It's so many freaking stories. So many stories. Like I said, she can pick up the phone and call him right now and they'll have a conversation. Meanwhile, people bitching and going on out here. Like, I just don't think it's that deep. Okay. I think it's her story. And I think that we already knew most of it. It's just, hearing the detailed version of it. And Marcus is the type of person too, or just like even with West Indy and with Homegirl and shit. He comes out and he fucking say it. Like, if he felt like Yana was lying about something, just like a lot of people are saying lying, I'm sure he would come out and say, "Oh, it's because I spoke to her. That's why she's doing this, and I decided to move on and do this and da da da." He'll say it. He would have hit a link long time ago and said it. He would have said something. Okay. He definitely knew. He definitely knew. My thing is, hold on, let me see, is why is everybody else so upset about what she's speaking on and it doesn't concern them? He hasn't said anything. Yeah, yeah, it's not so much it doesn't concern them to me because because it's a platform. You understand what I'm saying? So we're all going to be speaking on things, everything that we hear, what's going on, whatever the case may be. It's more the fact of them saying, "Oh, she's lying. Oh, what's her motive for coming out with it now?" Because she want to. Because she want to. She didn't retract or nothing. She told a story that we know about, and then it's the detail that y'all don't fucking know about, that y'all wasn't in the house. That's why I went to go listen to it. That's why I wanted to hear about her story because I'm like, hey, we don't know the detail. We just hear, the closet. Oh, she was in the closet. Oh, she got pregnant. Oh, he told her to have an abortion. You get what I'm saying? I wanted to know the detail of everything that's going on there. Like, that's just it. That's what I was interested in about. Like, okay, so what happened with the pregnancy? Was it really his baby? How many people were you sleeping with? Like, you get what I'm saying? When did he come to the conclusion of saying that, okay, now we can't do this? Like certain, those are the details that I'm there to listen and hear about. Okay. All right. Let me see. Right. It's different coming straight from the horse's mouth. Right. Absolutely. Shit. You gotta say, hey, world, let me get an interview. I want to know what the hell's going on with that. Like, you get what I'm saying? It was definitely more detailed, right? Absolutely, and that's what I was there to talk about. And like I said, I'm sure if it was a lie of anything or it's a motive of why she come out with it right now, her and Marcus is still cool. She admitted to still having feelings for him, unlike the basement girl. The basement chick, she was head over heels. Hey Jeff, I ain't see you walking past me here. Happy Saturday to you. But unlike the basement chick, right? Hey Carmen, look, the basement chick denied her feelings for him, and that's what made her so angry and hyped up and everything like that because she couldn't come to terms with her feelings because she's always trying to seem like a badass. Okay, so I don't give a fuck about that nigga and all that. You get what I'm saying? So it's a whole different thing. Yana said, I still have feelings for him. Okay? Still have feelings for him. So she's coming to terms with everything that she's saying about him. Like it's not basement girls still have feelings, right? Something she can't come to terms with. Okay? Something she can't come to terms with. Lady Red, how you doing? Boy, I just found out the other day that you had a channel, girl. I see you. I see you. Make sure you guys subscribe. Let me see. Y'all said, unlike others, those speaks on facts, not fiction. Right? Absolutely. She went through some ish, so of course it was going to take her some time to fully come out in detail. Right? Absolutely. Cause shit, baby, it ain't easy coming out here and telling your whole goddamn business now. For some, but not for others. Okay. Right, Fifi, she still have feelings for him. That's why it made it so hard because she's vindictive. Okay, she's vindictive. Let me see. Hattie said, Sonny have to deny it because she know that Bendover will cuss her out. Yeah, even when he wasn't around and well, they were calling each other best friends or whatever. She couldn't come out and say because she wants to be this tough bitch. I got all these hoes, I got all these niggas, and so as to where Yana is not on that. Okay, it's the details on what was told already. Absolutely, that's just it. So I didn't understand what is the real uproar about. Me personally, I don't want it to be an uproar over here. I want to actually like talk about it, like talk about the things that was said and get down with the story. I don't know if she's gonna put out more stories or whatever, but 4 and 5 was out. I watched it last night. Manifest said Wicked. I love the way you call her Wicked. Wicked never had a man to treat her so nicely, even though it was business, and she kept lying. It all when he was being decent to her, right? Gave her a lot of grace. That's one thing he gave her a whole lot of grace. Now, do I feel Yana's a victim? Hell no. Okay, hell no. She's a victim to her circumstances of what she chose for the decisions that she made for herself. Okay, just like a lot of us. All right. Donna said before someone can tell their truth, they must heal first. And the answer to why now it's her time, right? And the reason why she gave the reason why she went on the vacation with him. Okay, she did. She gave the reason why. So I said, and I'm glad that I got somebody perspective on the back end and took myself out of the equation so that I can really understand her story. Right? Absolutely, absolutely. I feel the same way how I felt about both of them. Even after her story, I still feel the same way about Marcus, and I still feel the same way about her because it was a relationship. Okay, all types of fuck shit go on in relationships. All right. Manifest said, yes, the state of Georgia does not allow surgical. Many must have the state of process. Let me see what Terrific said. Right, terrific. Where you at, boo? Why I can't see you in the chat? Okay, I see you saying hey to Lady Red. I don't know what manifest is. Okay, is replying to because I can't see that comment. Let me see. She didn't have it in Georgia. It was Dennis, South Carolina. Oh, okay. You talking about homegirl? Okay, yeah. Let me see. I'm still trying to find terrific. What the hell is terrific? Okay, there you go, manifest. All right, there you go. It got to me about the ending of the pregnancy. It got to me about the ending of the pregnancy. You know, in Georgia, take the pill and the process is then alone at home. That is more torment, yeah. But she went to South Carolina to get it done. Yeah, I actually told her about that. You can't. They yeah, you gotta step out for that. Mm-hmm. The weather ain't playing here, baby. Let me sip my tea, honey. But here it won't be like a deep thing. You know what I mean? She doesn't have any kids that's being damaged by this situation and everything. She has time for herself. She has time to heal herself. You get what I'm saying? So she's not coming out here screaming, hollering, acting a fool, doing all that shit. And I respect that. She could have came out here and talking like this motherfucking nigga, all this other shit, and went freaking berserker without expressing herself a certain way so that other women, even older women can learn from that shit as well, right? Even older women. Because the fact that she let herself get to that point where she said, fuck her feelings. Fuck what's best for me. I'm still going to do a threesome that I don't want to do because I want to be with him, because I want a place to stay, because you get what I'm saying, shit like that, because I have feelings for him. I'm in love with him. I don't want to leave all types of shit. She fucked up. She fucked up. Okay? And no woman should put themselves in a situation like that where they don't have control of what they want to do for real. Things that's gonna make them feel, less than themselves. Okay. The fact that she had to get liquored up and she had to smoke, to suppress feelings and do all that while she was with him, because when she could have just walked away. Okay. She could just walked away, but under circumstances, she could not. Yeah. And that's what feelings, financial, shit like that. That's what it does to you. Okay. So I feel like all ages can learn from it. All ages, because there's women that's older that's still going through shit that she came out of. Okay. Zell said, I've been there. When you're young, right? You're gonna always make the good outweigh the bad when dealing with the older person. And to me, I just feel like Yana couldn't stand a chance. She never stood a chance with with Marcus when it came to, as far as him spotting and knowing exactly what he wanted. And, you know, listen, let me tell you something. If men that listen to Kevin Samuels, right? And y'all know I love this man too, okay? They can literally spot when they can spot it a mile away, okay? Now, she can correct me if I'm wrong, or I don't know if she would even admit to that. But most women, okay, most women, especially younger women, okay, they feel like their pussy, okay? They feel like their pussy can hold somebody, okay? They feel like they have the best punani in the world, okay? As to where a man, let me tell you, he'll get it and look past it, okay? It's not. He's gonna still go get Becky's and Gina's and and In my opinion, I just feel like she felt like she had him on a hold. Okay, like she was able to hold him because she said that. Look, like he was still dating, and it's the process of hers. When she said that, I said, "Oh, so you thought that your vagina was gonna be able to hold him and keep him from diving into everybody else's crotch, right?" That's just how I see it. Okay. That's my opinion. Darling said, I can't even see how anyone can compare the thing in the basement to Yana. I'm sure many women have done things they wouldn't necessarily do in a relationship to keep a man in place or to stay. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. That's how I see it. All right. Donna said Marcus knows she was easy to use. He know what the fuck he was doing. He can spot he can spot that because you couldn't come to me with that. Marcus couldn't come to me with that. Okay, about the whole situation. Oh, you not keeping it in there, you have a bargain or he couldn't do that with me. Okay. It's just certain women he know he couldn't do that with. But he saw her in the position that she was in, and she saw him in the position that he was in. Okay, quid quo pro. That's what it's called. Something for something, right? Okay, we know about quid pro quo. All right. Let me see. Rose said you're right though, Chase. Absolutely. Terrific said Donna men can smell the easy ones. Right. So let me see. I meant mine. I know what you meant, boo. Oh, he could have. He couldn't do that to me as well. He would have been picking up his face. Okay, but they had an agreement. They had an agreement. You understand me? There was an agreement put in place. So I felt like he stood his ground more than she stood her ground on what it was about. You know. Hold on. Let me set my tea on. You can have the best cat in the world. That man, if he's not settled and sold his oats, he's hitting all he can. Absolutely. It doesn't matter. You're just gonna always be in place. That's what it is. You're just gonna always be in place. You know? Now I don't know if it's going to be any more stories coming out, but I'm definitely here for it. And I'm definitely here to talk about it because I mean, shit. The assignment, Aretha, I'm gonna get back to Manifest and Artist 1 second because Aretha caught my eye with this. She just didn't understand the assignment. Aretha, she understood the assignment while it was being told. Now she didn't understand that assignment when them feelings came into place. It's like having a sneaky link, falling in love with your sneaky link, or with your what do you call it back in the days? Your booty call. They got a person, or if you're dealing with somebody who have somebody, things like that. The issue after that is fall when you fall in love, you catch your feelings, you start getting jealous. And so you're right, Aretha. That assignment is not understood. No feelings were supposed to get involved in that. Okay. Brown Sugar said, good afternoon, Chase. Good afternoon, Brown Sugar. Good to see you. She's saying hello to everyone with all the pretty emojis. Hey, boo. Terrific said, I agree with you, Chase and darling. I see you, terrific. I think she said it's going to be a few more parts. Okay, if I can remember, yeah, because I was, pretty tired yesterday. But definitely get into it so that we can discuss it. Donna said we all different. We deal with things different. This is her healing journey. Now she knows. Yeah, now like if Yana was to get into the same situation with somebody else and everything like that, I'd be like, girl, okay. Because now it's repetitive and now looking at you sideways, this is something you definitely have to learn for, because like I said, there's nothing like independence where you don't have to go by what somebody else telling you what to do, how to feel, whatever the case may be. Okay, now with the whole Popeye situation, I want to be like, I want to talk about it. I don't want to get down and grungy and do all that shit. Okay, because I already said what I said. She thought she can hold him a certain way, and he definitely like, listen, I got her where I want her. Plain and simple. Okay. Darling said you can have the best cat. Okay, I read that. Hold on, I'm trying to find manifest. Okay, there you go. Forever none, and that thing been spazzing out about also because she know it's all different, right? Absolutely. Artist said, "Wow, Chase, I was just typing that a lot of older women are walking around with psychological trauma, bitter and mad at the world." Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Let me go down. Oh, thank you, Brown Sugar. Thank you so much, Marsha. Hey, boo. Healing is a must. I think she haven't allowed herself to heal from the actions that has occurred. Absolutely. I agree with that. I feel like Yana has a journey left to go because in a situation like that, especially from childhood, you know, up until like I've heard some of her story, and I'm just like, she's definitely not there yet. I don't think she's there yet. Okay. Um, Donna said I have friends older than me still in same relationship with a scum bucket, right? Narcissistic men, okay, men that have them as placeholder, men who are just using them to for a place to stay, for food to eat, for sex, things like that. There's lots of older women that's like that. Okay, it's a whole bunch of them rolling around here. All right, that love be a motherfucker. Absolutely. Mhm. Mhm. You know. So, um, I don't, man, Marcus. I don't know. But yeah, let's get back to the Popeye situation. The Popeye situation, it was insensitive to me. But she's not but it's not like, him beating on her, throwing her around, doing all that stuff. It's shit, people. You know how much stories that I hear similar to that? Like, it's shit. Men can be fucking insensitive as fuck, okay? That's what it's about. Men can be insensitive. Those are the things I want to talk about. That's regarding this, not something that's saying, "Oh, she's a fucking liar," because he'll tell it. He'll tell it. He'll definitely tell it. Let me call him and ask him. Like you ain't coming out fast enough. Is she tell the truth? I do believe she's telling the truth. I do believe that it's no add on. It's how she felt while they were together, and that's that. They lived in the same fucking house. Damn it. And she cooked for him. He said how well she kept the house. He said she's very clean, kept up the house, cooked for him, and gave him nothing but peace. So that means that everything that she felt while she was going on in there, she never complained. She never acted fool about, she didn't Popeye's situation. Oh, afterwards, when she wasn't feeling good and she just wanted a warm, hot meal, she said, and he came in with his food. He sat down, he ate his food, and she said, she don't remember if he thinks he offered her some while while he played over it, like eating, and she said she's not eating behind somebody, so she wanted her own food. So and she got up, and she went to Popeyes. She walked down to Popeyes and got her own food. This is after the abortion. Okay. And but like I said, men can be insensitive, right? So you would have to, I think she said that they spoke about it afterwards and she told them how she felt about it. But that part, I think it will be mainly for Marcus to come and say why, what happened with the situation with the food, why you didn't get her a hot meal afterwards, or anything like that. I feel it should come from him because I really can't draw anything from that but him being insensitive or whatever. She said that, most men, don't really know about, he didn't really understand it or whatever, but I don't know. But it would be like the same thing after having birth. He have two kids. You get what I'm saying? So he knows that after birth and things like that, you need your energy. You need food. You need, you need nutrients. You even a fucking insurer. You need something. But she said she needed a hot meal. She didn't get that hot meal. Me personally, I felt like she should have said, I need you to go get me some food. Like I'm really out of it. I need a hot meal." But not everybody's like that. Okay. Let me see what Donna over here talking about. Donna said she almost died from that abortion. I was so upset. Shake my effing head. He was like, "You can't come back here." I said, "You got that right one, motherfucker." You got the right one, motherfucker, right. Let me see. Hey, Forgiven. Hey, you tried it. Hey, Nene. Hey, guys. Happy Saturday. My friend had an abortion at 5 months. Her boyfriend at the time, older than her, brought her fish tank. I was 19. My son was in that stroller. Child, I threw that fish tank on the floor. Oh man. Damn it, Donna, you was hell, huh? Uh-huh. She got that island blood. She give hell. Forgiven said, "I was so upset when I heard that he wouldn't fed her, knowing she was going through it." Yeah, those are the things is what like I would talk about, like, the thing of her not speaking up more, things like that, like things that could have been different because it's already done. Okay, it's already done. So we speaking on things that could have been done differently so that the next person, the person in the bushes or the replay person can hear and said, "You know what, I'm going through this shit." And I heard some really good advice over there. So maybe I can do this or maybe I can do that. Zell said, "Right, Chase. Technically, he should have just brought her something home anyway. If he was bringing himself something, absolutely right. Common sense, right? Mm-hmm. So I felt like that was, insensitive. But at the same time, I do feel like, she should have texted him. She should have called him and alert him and let him know. Okay. When I was like that, like as far as in a relationship, and I'm the type of person, I feel like you should just know, like, why, you should just know. And I literally had to train him like a fucking dog. Like, you get what I'm saying? Even though I know his intentions is good, I had to train that nigga. Like, so it's certain things, okay? And then after that, everything was all grown and dandy. Like, you don't come here without that. Don't just think I'm home making something to eat or whatever the case may be. Just, even if I am courteous, like hit me up, like, I think feel like the medical process wasn't done correctly. Most times that happened, which is why she was having so much pain. Yes, because she said she was in a whole lot of pain. Oh, that might have been his exit stage left move. Right, because men will do things so that you can, get the hell on. That's how shit goes. And we gotta remember too, I don't know if a lot of people believe in signs and stuff like that, but a Gemini, oh my god. Them Gemini man, boy. Ooh, child. I feel like after she had the abortion and he hit what he wanted, he started acting funny. Right. Great perspective on that. Let me see. Ro, yes, I saw her laying down. He kept telling her to get the abortion. She did. So I went to see my friend. Now he doing it to the next girl. Okay. And she stayed 25 years still doing the same thing. See, Mm-mm. No. If I were her, I would have DoorDash everything on the menu and had him pay for it at the door. Thank you very much. Why you played in my face, right? But like Hattie said, I'm gonna have to agree with Hattie. Sometimes when I don't know, like I said, he would have to be the one to explain that truthfully on why he didn't do something as simple as that, because especially after her going through the procedure that she had. Okay, men think totally different from women. Seriously, girl. Oh my gosh. Donna said, and he can't see out of one eye, just getting money. Fuck out of here. They already know me. Oh no. Him and she a mess. Donna said she needed a hot meal and probably some emotional support from terminating her pregnancy, and he just wasn't in tune to what she was going through, and just selfishly didn't acknowledge her feelings. Now let's talk about the fact that she didn't want to have a baby, and not be with the person, not being married, things like that, right? So that was definitely a big disappointment. She said she told her friend or told somebody, but her peers. I'm just their peers because I'm not sure exactly who they were, but she told her girls that she's expecting and everything like that, and then having to say that she got rid of a baby afterwards and everything. So should we wrong Marcus for saying to get the abortion, right? Or should we just say that it was mutual ground? Because I see some people was like, oh, he forced her. Then some people was like, oh, well, she didn't want to have the kid anyway. So, you know, was it something mutual to y'all, or should we, go at Marcus like you made her do it? Damn it, nah. Let me see. He was over her and wanted her gone, forgiven, eh, for something like that. Because right afterwards, in a situation like that, you would say, "Come on, let me get her some rice and peas and something, or let me get her some carrot juice. Let me get her, one of them smoothies, something, something to help nourish her back to life. Shit, that part grabbed me because I'm like, did he really care at that point or what? Like, what's up? Um, Jazzy food of all things, I feed my birds faithfully and will definitely feed a stranger. Shame on him. Zell said, I'm the same way. If somebody's dealing with me, it's a certain things that they should just know because I'm totally aware of my partner's likes and dislikes and wants and needs, right? I agree. I agree with that too. Brown Sugar said it's like we take the time out to water our plants. Why wouldn't we want to put some nourishment in a human being? Like where they do that at? Wow. Um, oh, Marcus, I wanted to know why you didn't get her some food after she had the abortion. I want to know. She said she spoke to you about it and let you know how she felt. She said that you asked her if you wanted some of the food, but she didn't want to eat that because you were already eating it, and she didn't want to eat from it. So we just want to know. He kept harassing her about it, so I blame him. He kept her about the abortion, but she didn't want to have a baby out of wedlock. Anyway, that part. Oh shit, the link. My bad. Okay, it's in the chat. Okay. Let me see. Forgiven said he definitely pressured her to do it and seems like she regretted it afterwards. Okay. I was waiting on Marcus to pop. Rose said she was waiting on you to pop, Marcus. Let me see. Pop out. Okay. Darling said, well, if you don't want to have a baby without being with the man, there's things you do to prevent that, right? Absolutely. The pregnancy just wasn't going to keep him, and the start of the relationship should have told her that. But, and also, you know, I think she said she was sleeping. She said he was the only one releasing in her, which meant that, she was with other people as well, right? Marcus,
Yo,
hey,
what's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
what
What's
you
up to
just,
Space? What's up to the chat? What's up, everybody?
how's everything?
Nice little smooth Saturday. Nice little smooth Saturday. I recently woke up from a nice long nap.
Okay.
So I got this ribeye in front of me, and I popped
Mm,
up on YouTube, and just want to join the conversation.
okay. So, Well, some people are saying that you forced her to have the abortion. Some people are saying that you didn't, so you know, I don't really want to hit on that part too much. I just wanted to know about the food. I want to keep it, a little bit lighthearted with certain things. So I just wanted to know, what was your reasoning for not, she just had an abortion, you know, you didn't say like, let me get her some food too as well, not just for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, when she said that part, I didn't remember it at all.
Right.
So I mean, it must have been an incident that I didn't really see as anything, and she kind of had in her mind like it was just, a huge thing, and I get that.
Right.
But I mean, honestly, for anybody that knows me, you know that I'm never the person to like not buy food or not do this or not
You said
kind of
me.
provide, not be accommodating. Like I mean, that's who I am. You know what I'm saying, at the core. So if it was if I can only imagine what it was, because again, I don't recall the particular instance she's talking about.
Right.
Obviously, it's stuck out of her mind, but
Who
if
feel
if I
because
could.
it's a thing called, you're island man. Who feels it knows it, right?
Exactly, exactly. So basically, I would maybe say it was something to the tune of maybe I had tried to call her and see if she wanted something, or at that point, she maybe, because she was always kind of a particular eater anyway, right? It's not like I could just bring home anything and she'll be down to eat it or whatever. So it just could have been a situation where maybe I tried to call her and she didn't pick up or whatever it was. And so I didn't want to just buy something, just any random thing, and then bring it home type deal. And then by the time maybe she did call me back, or maybe she never called me back, and I just, I walked in or no, I guess in the story she said that she did call and that I was already, I guess, past, I was basically probably at the house or, pulling into the garage or something like that. And I mean, listen, if I had a long day and I stopped and got something to eat, and I'm sure I maybe tried to call or something like that, and if she didn't pick up, then it's like, all right, well, I'm not gonna waste my money, and I'm not gonna, you know, be hungry, have a long day, get my food, and then get home, and then like just run right back out to go get you some food. It's like, all right, well, you probably should have just picked up. But other than that, I don't really recall that situation. So, I'm not the type of person that will ever leave a woman, let alone a black woman, hungry. All right, so I understand how that hangry situation works, right? And so I don't want to be in no type of non-peaceful situation simply because of food, right? So I would never just starve anybody like that or whatever. But at that time, she was probably just there was probably a lot of things that she had in her head that was unsaid, feelings that she had that she didn't necessarily communicate to me. And so that's maybe all I can attribute it to, is just her feeling some type of way, and not necessarily letting me know that she felt that way.
Right, absolutely. Okay, so one more thing. Um, with the baby, right? She
Hmm.
said that she said you didn't want it because you feel like it would ruin your career, right?
Right.
Is that really the reason why?
No, no, that's not the reason at all. I don't know why she said that in the first place. Um, you know, we had several talks about it, and if anybody has ever watched like any of my lives or anything like that, I have a tendency to just kind of talk in my stream of consciousness, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I did bring that point up in one of the conversations, it may have been on like the lighter side, or like, I was rambling off a few things, and maybe that's what stuck with her. But the overarching reason why we discuss why it would probably be best is because we're not together, and we're not going to be, what I'm saying, like bringing in a kid into a situation that's really fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't have her stuff together, right?
Right.
And so it's like, okay, I guess, what is the kid going to live with you up in Chicago, or, what's the deal? Like, we were discussing all these particulars about kind of, what the realistic situation would look like, and had essentially decided that, it just probably wasn't going to be something that was very fair um, to bring a kid into. And of course, just between us, right? Because you know, here I'm not looking at the chat, right? It's just me and you talking, right?
Absolutely.
So just between us, my gut, my inside spiritual energy just did not agree with what was going on. And when I tell you I tried to convince my inner spirit to like be happy about it, to be excited, to be like, oh, this could be a chance to have a son, or this could be this could be that.
Right.
And my gut would not allow it to remain at peace. And when I tell you I had some of the most non-peaceful sleep that I've ever had in my life, when that situation was going on, even though I was trying to convince myself that, hey, this is a good thing, this is cool. She's a cool young lady, everything else. What I'm saying, she's a little bit taller than me, so right, if it's a boy, maybe I have a little more height. Just trying to
Mm-hmm.
think of all the different things to like make myself feel excited and feel good about it, like how I did with my first two kids.
Right.
And my gut wouldn't allow me to feel it. And in my opinion, not to bring up all kind of old stuff, but in my opinion, I believe it was because again there was uncertainty about the paternity.
Right.
Okay, and so
Right.
and so that's something that everybody likes to skip over, but to men that's super important.
No, I didn't skip over that because that was one of the things that stood out to me when she did say that. She said that, and I just repeated that right before you came. She said that that was the only person that she had releasing in her. But when women and girls have to understand that when you are sleeping with different men, it could be any one of them because any slip up, any pull out, condoms are not 100% things like that, you know? So that have
Well, I
to
mean, and
into
right, and the truth is that she wasn't wearing a condom with that guy, right? So this was
right.
like a guy that
Okay.
she had been messing
Well,
with for a really long time, and
pre-cum could get you pregnant, and like it doesn't matter.
100%. Well, I mean, not only that, but I had been, just to be, not to be too crass, right?
Right.
But I had been releasing in her, since the end of July. Okay. And she didn't get pregnant until she started messing with the other dude.
Mm,
I mean, I don't know. Like it was definitely off. And, she told the story fairly accurately as far as that whole time period. Like basically what happened was, like she said, I was still doing my thing. I didn't find it reasonable that I was gonna just drop everything I was doing in my life to now all of a sudden be in this like relationship type deal. Right. For
right.
me, it was like I was just helping her out. And
Oh,
as many people have said, like it wasn't even supposed to be that long. It was just like kind of temporary until she figured something else out. But, she got comfortable. What I'm saying, the situation was comfortable enough for me. So I allowed the situation to go on, even though I tried to cut it off several times. Okay.
mhm,
And when I would try to cut it off, the tears would come and everything else. And, I'm still a person that has, feelings, right? So it's like, I'm a sucker for tears sometimes and things like that. So, the situation went on or whatever. But it was particularly this one girl that she must have just felt the way about. And it wasn't T, right? It wasn't T.
'cause I was just getting ready to ask you, was it
Hmm.
her?
No, it wasn't T. It wasn't T. It was this other young lady named Kia. And,
Mm,
she had a, you know, similar aesthetic, what I'm saying? Maybe not similar, like she was different aesthetic, but she was the dark skin, natural hair, that type of chick, you know what I'm saying?
mhm.
And for whatever reason, I don't know, like it just bothered Yana. And because I'll be honest, okay, so you're gonna get some tea right here, all right? So I hope that you
Yeah,
I hope that
I
I hope we
deserved it.
cool because I wouldn't even come up here and say this like that.
We're come on now. We met, we got drunk together.
Right. It's all
You
good. It's all
know.
good. So fuck it. Let's do it. So hold on. Let me pull out my other phone, see what the chat talking about real
Okay.
quick.
No, 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 Marcus,
Let me
put
see what
that
they
phone.
talking about in the chat, man. Let
Nobody,
me see.
nobody's messing with you. They're just having a good time listening to you. Leave the chat alone because it's gonna mess it up.
Okay, so the long and short of it is that okay, one night. I took Kia out on a date, and this was gonna be our first time coming back to the apartment. Now, Kia and Yana both knew about the situation. Like, and Kia was like, a regular type young lady. So at first, she wasn't going for it, right? She was like, "Oh no, I'm good. Like, you got somebody there, you fucking her, you know what I'm saying? I'm good." But eventually, you know, she, I had showed her what I was, working with or whatever, and she was like, "All right, cool. We can link up or whatever."
Mm-hmm.
And so she came over after a date. We had just, I mean, Kia was just like so loud. Okay, she was just making all the noises. Okay, making all the noises, and it was super loud. And she was just going crazy. And Yana was in the bedroom sleep, and we was in the living room doing what we was doing.
Yikes.
Right. And so I believe that that's when she decided, like, oh, okay, I'm definitely gonna go do my thing. Like, forget this. And so literally those next 2 weekends, she like didn't come home. The week, like during the weekend, because that's
Mm-hmm.
when my kids would be there anyway, but she like didn't come home the whole weekend. And like when I would text her, because I would never like just call and stuff like that. But I'll text, hey, what's up? This and that. She wouldn't respond.
Were you
Okay.
jealous?
No, I wasn't jealous. I was just concerned. I was like, is everything okay? Like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
what's going on? Like, I didn't know that she was messing around at that point.
Oh,
So I was just, what I'm saying, like, hey, just to let you know, I'm here, da 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 da, whatever, right? But I figured, hey, she's out with her friends, she's spending the night at somebody's house, whatever. I ain't think like she's messing with a dude or nothing. I was just like, hey, whatever. But I was frustrated about it because see, y'all have to understand the level of stress that I was going through at this time for her because
mm,
I was keeping her away from my kids.
mm.
Okay,
Right.
because
As
I'm
to where
trying to right, I'm trying to like live this double life where I'm trying to help this girl and have let her have a place to stay and everything else, help her get on her feet, whatever, and then still be super dad and do everything I need to do with my kids. And so oftentimes on the weekend she would like go out for most of the day and then kind of come back at a certain point when the all clear was something like that, right? But she didn't do that these weekends, and so it's like okay, like that I've got to coordinate this situation and you're not responding. So it's like it's making it so that I don't know if you're gonna knock on the door at 2 o'clock in the morning or whatever. And my kids still be up.
right.
Right. My kids, they teenagers, they be up like, what I'm saying, at 2 in the morning, out in the living room chilling, what I'm saying, doing TikToks or whatever. So
Mhm.
I need to just know what's going on. And so that's more so where I was feeling the way because it was like, okay, you're like, that I gotta like get some sleep, I gotta coordinate this whole situation. And I don't want to like when I'm trying to decompress, I don't want to be having to think about, okay, this person might come home or this person might do this or this, that, and the third. I just want to be fully relaxed in my brain. And
Mhm.
so that wasn't allowing for that. So that's pretty much what happened, man. It was like, okay, that was frustrating. And so after that, so me and Kia, the last day that we dealt with each other was actually Halloween night. Okay, Halloween night. So we dealt with each other. And again, Yana, this was if you go back to 2023 Halloween, you'll see
Mhm.
that it was on the weekend.
Mhm.
Okay. And so again, yeah, this was the second weekend where Yana was essentially gone. And so it's like, okay, guess when we found out that she was pregnant was December 6th.
Mm.
And so December 6th, the window of conception at that point, she was just shy of 6 weeks pregnant. So that
Oh,
put it right in that time period where she was disappearing on the weekends.
right. And
Okay. And
you had kids before, so you know how to add up that timeline too.
it's right smack in that time period where it's like, and to be honest with you, we wasn't having that much sex during that time because, like she said, you know what I'm saying? Like I was doing my thing, just not to be too whatever, but you know what I'm saying? I was doing my thing. And so, I mean, I wasn't pressed about no sex. Like it wasn't never no pressure on any of this stuff. It was never no pressure. Like at any point, she could have asked for a ticket home. She could have, decided to go somewhere else or whatever it is. Like at any point,
Right.
she could have
I've
done
heard you
any of that
said
stuff.
that part before. Yeah.
Right. I would have had no problem paying for any of that stuff.
Mhm.
So like That's why I'm like, all right, so we're drudging this stuff back up because like we all know what the situation was. We know what my fault was in the situation, but
Right.
like I'm not like someone that's gonna starve somebody or like force them to do this or do that. Like people make their own decisions, they make it, and that's not. And I'm always me. Like no matter what, nobody could ever say like none of these people will ever come out and say that I like was mean or rude or I was like this or that. And I guess she's saying like, oh, I didn't accommodate her in that one situation, but overall I'm sure she would tell you 99% of the time I'm accommodating. I'm a natural host. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
natural person that wants to make sure that everybody around me is good because that's how I enjoy my peace is when everybody around me is at peace.
Right.
So
Right. I got to experience a bit of that. So
mhm.
that part, Ro and I, you definitely had hospitality towards us. Okay. But I understand what you're saying with, with anybody that you're sleeping with, have being in a relationship with, things like that. But I want to ask you something else because she said she was basically like, she didn't want to have the threesome, right? And I want to know, how was it? Was it good? Did she show that she didn't want to have the threesome while you guys were, getting down? Come on with it.
Oh
Come
lordy,
on,
lordy,
Ronnie.
lordy,
Tell me,
lordy.
tell me, tell me, tell me. Me, I'm listening.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I want to hear everything right now. You understand?
Mhm, mhm, mhm. Okay. Let me see how I can phrase this to make sure that everybody's good. Okay, so at the point that we did that, what I'm saying, this was before all that, you know, she, dipped out for 2 weekends and that type of stuff. This is before all that, right? And again, T is like like the original. You know what I'm saying? The original person that I dealt with when I stopped dealing with the mother of my kids. She's like the first person I dealt with, right? And our situation was on and off for a long time, right? Like, we deal with each other, not do each other at certain times. Um, Different situations we would go through, whatever. But she's always like had my back, been my biggest cheerleader, everything, right? So, obviously I was in the situation with Yanna at the time. And, T had hit me up, just kind of wanted to hang out, this and that and the third. And so I let her know what was going on. And at first, again, she wasn't going for it. She was like, oh, well, this, that, and the third, da, 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 da. But, eventually she was like, all right, whatever, it's cool. Like, what I'm saying? Like, let's see what the situation is talking about, right?
Right.
And so with Yana, what I'm saying, it's not like I, came to her like, hey, what I'm saying, like, I, might have a homegirl coming over, this, that, and the third. It's like, yeah, I just kind of bought her home, right? And I was like, hey, Yana, this is T. T, this is Yana. They talk, we chill for a little bit, do 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 do. And then I let them know what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like T already kind of knew. Yana was like, oh, okay, cool, this and that and the third. And she didn't like put up any like abrasion towards it or nothing like that. In fact, she was the one to first start like giving me head or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And was butt naked or whatever. Like, I was already like in my robe or whatever. And you know what
Oh,
I'm saying? She got naked and everything and was started, giving me top or whatnot like that. And at first he was just watching that, you know what I'm saying? And, eventually everything got to a point where, it's whatever. But I'll say it like this. I'll say it like this. Me and T have always had a above excellent sexual chemistry.
right.
And I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. I understand. All right. Yana's in the chat. She said word Marcus. That's how that went.
Well, I mean, how does she want to say it went? I mean, if she has another recollection of it, I would love to hear it. I mean, it's pretty much how it went. I don't think it went any other way. I mean, this you gotta keep in mind. This was all like what, a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
Pushing on 2 years, not, not quite 2 years, but like I said, this is in 2023. So if there's any details that are a little bit fuzzy, but that's pretty much how it went. That's pretty much how it went. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
So,
not
so,
like
so there was no nothing expressed to you, or you didn't see any hint of, oh my God, I can't believe you're making me do this, or anything like that.
no, no,
Uh,
because at that time it was still new enough, like the whole situation that I guess maybe she, if I'm looking in hindsight, right?
mm-hmm.
Maybe she just didn't feel like being abrasive. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
Mm.
she felt like, well, let me just, I'm gonna do it for whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much how it went. That's pretty much how it went. So I mean, if maybe she can remind me if any of those details are incorrect, but it would just be small details. The overarching way that the situation went is how it went.
Okay, so you just remembered everything flowed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, you got to keep in mind at that point, the power dynamic is, like
When you do that laugh, boy.
the well, because it's just like, okay, like I get it. Like, I'm the one that, like, you know how it is with women, like when
Mm-hmm.
you pit women against each other, so as a man, right? And it's not like I'm pitting them against each other, but women are just naturally competitive,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so like in the moment, they're more so maybe focused on the other woman, you know what I'm saying? And not necessarily whatever, however they're feeling or this, that, or the third, And correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I know women to be, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Men
if
usually view us like that competitive, and um, which is something that we shouldn't do because it turns men off too. Actually.
well, I mean, men, listen, we tend to benefit when women are trying to compete for our attention and for our love or whatever.
Oh
We
yeah,
tend to
because
get
they're
the
gonna go
best,
all out.
right? We tend to get the best versions of them, right? So
Mhm.
that's pretty much what it was. So yeah, that's the situation with the threesome. It wasn't like nothing like nobody was like, oh my god, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third. If anything, T was the more so the one that was like not feeling it. She like kind of at a certain point when it was over, and I think it was because it was kind of anyway, that's
So
that.
T was the one that was more over it, and you saying Yana was just like, I'm going to be the best of the best of the best.
When I say T was over, I meant after the fact.
Okay.
After the fact, right? Because she was just like, she didn't like the fact that T saw it as like, okay, you got her in my position. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm your ride or die. I'm your main person, but you got this new girl living here, playing the role of, what I'm saying, your kind of first lady and that type of deal. Um, you know?
Okay. She said, only thing I would say is that I told you beforehand I didn't like it, and you had to keep coming to ask me to join.
Mm,
She said, didn't like the idea of having a threesome.
I mean, I'm not sure if she said that, but I definitely remember that, she was giving me head and T was watching. That's kind of like how everything got started.
Yana, is that true? Is that part true? Let me see. Savage, be about the savage life and jump on the live. We can't hear you in the chat. Come on, Miss Savage. But yeah, definitely. Thanks for, clarifying your part on things as well. You know, enough love to you.
I mean, and, shout out to Yanna, shout out to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I understand, her wanting to just kind of get it all off and everything else.
It's her
Um,
story.
right, right. And so that's why I'm like, I'm not tripping or, we're not beefing or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Um, but, everybody has their perspective, and so, like she said, there were some parts about that story that I didn't know. Right. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know about the Popeyes thing and that, she had to, she was mad and she had to go walk and do all that stuff. Like,
Mhm.
if
It
I would
looks
have
like
known that, I
Yanna's pretty freaking insensitive now. Like, you know.
well, and come on now, like, you know what I'm saying, like, so I would never do that. You know what I'm saying, like, um not on purpose, you know what I'm saying, not on purpose. Right
Mhm.
now, again, if it's a long day and I just got in and you're like, I need something to eat, it's like, okay, you should have answered the phone or whatever it was, you know what I'm saying, or you should have hit me up at the proper time. But other than that, you know what I'm saying, like, an accommodating person. So if I did do that, Yana, I apologize, obviously. You know what I'm saying, that's not something that
Great.
I would have ever wanted to do. And so, I was, at that time, I had so much going on,
Mhm.
because the whole Lewis and Lolly situation was going on at that
Yeah.
time, and it was just like I was um I was fighting for my YouTube numbers because um I had experienced a downturn because I had took a gamble on this sales campaign that I was hoping was going to work out. So I put a lot of time and energy into it. Took away from my ability to post as much. So my numbers, it went down, and I was doing pretty well when Yana was there or whatnot. And then literally the month of December is like between the Lewis and Lolly situation and then the situation with Yana and the abortion and then my numbers going down. It was just like I was just like, what the F is going on? So I just had a lot on my mind around that time. And so from her perspective, it's like, it's that situation and that's what, the major thing that she had going on. But for me, I had like 3 or 4 different pots at once. And you have to keep in mind, like, whenever I invest in a campaign, that means that I done spent some money, I done spent some time, I done did all this stuff to for the hopes of making money, and that campaign didn't end up being successful, right? So then when I did tell her, like, hey, look, I'll make sure you get right. I'll make sure that, you know what I'm saying, you get up there, you got this amount of money, da 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 da. When I told her that, my numbers was at like, 15 to 20,000 or so per month. You know what I'm saying? And I was doing okay. And that was just on the main channel. That didn't include Facebook, right? So I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? It's no worries. Like, I can slice off a little bit and give it to you and that'll be fine. But by the time like, I was sending her back home and it was pretty much the end of December, my numbers, it took a nosedive. And so I don't know if you're familiar with, the YouTube studio and how that
Mhm.
works, but my
Mhm.
28-day rolling numbers, and this is the screenshot that she ended up sending to Kiki. But my 28-day rolling numbers at the time had went from like 17 to 18K to like 7,500.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's when you see that
It's like,
arrow sitting there, that dark arrow.
and it's down, down, down,
Yeah,
right? And so I'm
yeah.
like, okay, so I'm trying to fight for my numbers and everything else, and then whatever, and at the time I had already done the Sunny interview and everything. I had all that
Mhm.
stuff in the clip waiting. What's called Sunny used to hit me up like, when you gonna post my interview and stuff like that. So all this stuff was just crazy, like kind of you know how it all just worked out. And so I just had a lot on my mind, and so you know anything that I may have like been insensitive about or anything like that, I apologize. It wasn't like I was trying to do it on purpose or nothing. I'm not that type of guy. She knows that, right? But I can see where, I mean, that's a big deal. That's a big deal, right? You're talking about a whole life, a whole situation. Um, but again, if I can say on any note, and it's
Mhm.
like what you just said, right? Like to younger ladies, it's like, hey, look, unfortunately, y'all can't move the way we move. And so if you
Definitely
if you
not.
get your get back and then you
Mhm.
end up pregnant, there's just gonna be a question. And you know what I'm saying? Like, unfortunately, the timing of it all, it was just like, okay, well, you didn't get pregnant for like 2 whole months while I was, doing my thing. And then the moment that we slow down and that you're doing it with somebody else, that's when you turn up pregnant. So it's like, okay, I get it, but I don't know.
I totally understand that part. Um, Another thing too, I want you to either put it to rest or even give your opinion on it. Like, it's a lot of people that's going around saying that Yana did this is some kind of motive why she did this at this time or anything like that. Are you guys going through anything?
No, no, no. No, Yana is, you know, completely smooth with me. So, she checked on me when my dad died, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I'm just being 100% honest, even said that she still loves me and everything else, and that she
Yeah,
said
she
that
said it. She
right,
told everyone that.
right,
Yeah.
that there's no need to for me to say it back or anything like that, but that she just wanted to let me know, hey, still love you. You know what I'm saying? And I listen. Yana is me and Yana are good. Like what I'm saying, like we're good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I
You
don't
hear
have an
that,
issue with
audience?
Yana.
Okay, you hear that? Because me personally, I just didn't believe it. I didn't believe that at all. I just felt like it was just her time. Like sometimes when you go through certain things and you say, you know what, I'm able to lay it out now. I'm able to sit in front of a camera and, and actually tell my story. I'm able to write this book now. I just felt like it was just really her time. And I support her on that part. Definitely do. So, but it's a lot of accusations going on, who, like, what's the reasons, because of teas, because of that, da, 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 but me personally, I don't believe that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm pretty sure that Yana may like some emotions may pop up at times or this or that or third, but I'm sure Yana's got enough options or whatever, and I'm sure she has guys that may try to talk to her, this, that, and third. So, listen, I get it, but I'm sure that she's over me enough, right? Like, I'm not like, sitting here like, oh, she'll never get over me. Like, nah, so she's moved on or whatever. And that's probably why she's able to, just kind of take the time and tell the story and from her perspective and everything else. And so, I don't really have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with her telling her story. It's just that
Just like that.
people will misconstrue certain
Mhm.
parts of the story, and then it'll kind of make me look like the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Mhm.
you know, not really the bad guy. It was just kind of a complicated situation.
Yeah, I said it earlier. I don't believe none of you guys were any victims of, anything like that. I just felt like it was decisions that was made that just wasn't the greatest. Okay. That's just it. And now we're here.
I mean, listen. For my part, you know what I'm saying. When I look back on it, the only way that the situation probably would have been avoided if I just would have never responded to her text.
Hmm.
Okay, to her text where she was like, "Hey, let's go out. Let's go to this rooftop or whatever, this, that, and the third, right?" So had I
Hmm.
just not responded and whatever, whatever, but then what would have happened? She would have just, you know, who knows? I mean, because she was at that point, at that particular point, she was, just kind of out there, right?
Hmm.
And so I don't know. Like I don't know if I made the right decision, the wrong decision. I don't know. I even look back on it and say, with the kids or whatever, I feel bad because I had to essentially lie to my kids, right?
Hmm.
And have someone in the house that they didn't necessarily know about, which is terrible. I feel terrible for that, right? And so I try to think like, what should I have done? But I don't know. It's one of those situations where it was just kind of very complicated, and I almost feel like I wouldn't have made a good decision either way.
Right. Okay. I mean, it's done, right? It's done, and it's just a story being told right now. So it is what it is.
And yes, the kids do know now. The kids knew as soon as she left. So the moment that she left, what I'm saying, I let them know, hey guys, I had to, tuck my tail and hold my head down and tell them that, this and that and the third. And when I tell you one of the hardest conversations I've ever had with the kids. So but I
Wow.
always, when I can keep it 100% with my kids. So, it is what it is. Like we got past it, but yeah, that was it was a difficult situation for everybody that like feels bad for everybody else involved in the situation. Like, what about me? I'm the one
Mhm.
that probably like had to suffer through the most stress and everything. Like, so I don't know. It's just like nobody cares about Marcus when it comes to this situation. It's like, all right, I get it. I get she's a young lady and
I
I'm the one that
disagree.
had the power.
I disagree with you with that.
Okay,
I
well,
disagree when you say that nobody cares about, what happened with Marcus. I disagree. A lot of people care.
I get it. I guess people didn't really know like all of the stress that I endured. Like, you got to understand, this was like every weekend stressful thing, like, just kind of having to coordinate between the kids and between her and, what I'm saying, everything else. So it was just, like I say, I went through a very stressful time period. But ultimately, I don't have any, there's definitely no hard feelings or nothing like that. And so y'all saw we, spent my birthday together. We went to Jamaica, we did all that stuff. So,
Mhm.
um, you know,
Was that closure for you as well? The going to Jamaica?
yeah, I think so. I think so. I just wanted to spend it with someone I knew I would have a good time with. At the time, T wasn't a well. Okay. T wasn't
Oh
available, right?
no!
I know I shouldn't have said that,
Oh,
right?
Marcus. Oh
I
my
shouldn't have said that.
God.
Listen, it's not like that. It's not like that. But what I'm saying is that T was in another situation, and that's the only other person that I
Oh,
would have
so
took,
if T wasn't in another situation, it would have been T going to Jamaica with you?
or both.
Ross Clark.
I mean, I would have put it out there, you know what I'm saying? I would have put it out there. But listen, I had a good enough time with Yana. We had a great time, okay? Yana is, you know, the ultimate feminine archetype, in my opinion, right? When it comes down to just her demureness, the way that she speaks, the way she talks, the way she walks. And she, we had a great time. Like, she's a great travel companion, right? Like, definitely a great travel companion. Um, so yeah, I mean, she, like, everything's good. It's just, listen, my life is complicated, man. My life is complicated. All right. So that wasn't like, I was not trying to, you know, that wasn't like no shot or nothing like that. That's just my reality, right? My reality is, unfortunately, I am you know, while I'm a man, I still have emotions, right? And I still, um, I still, I still kind of
Mhm.
fall for people and things like that, right? So, um, these are two women that, on some levels I fell for. And so it is what it is. Like, like you say, y'all saw Tina last live that I did. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
She's not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I was trying, that was a dig or anything like that. That's just to say that that's kind of what my reality is.
Okay. So, do
hmm
you think are you guys getting serious?
I would say that me and T have uh so we have a connection that is, I would say, I don't want to use simple words like deeper than this or that, but our connection is, we're extremely connected because T is the first young lady that kind of really benefited from being on my channel, and she received enough cash apps that essentially she was able to not be homeless anymore. And so when we started dealing with each other, she wasn't homeless. You know what I'm saying? Um, and she's been able to have her spot, and she's had it for several years now and everything else. But right before she had her spot, she spent a couple of months at my parents' house. Okay, because it was just a better situation, right, for what she had going on and everything else. And my parents, they've been hosting people for years since I was a kid. So I
Mm-hmm.
knew that it would be a situation that would work its way fine enough. But the reason why that's important is because she knows my dad. Like, she lived with him, you know what I'm saying, for several months. So obviously she knows my mom. She loves my mom. She knows my dad. And, like, hey, look, um, you know, that's important to me. Like, she kind of knows me on a different level. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, she has heard all the stories about me when I was a kid and all that type of stuff, right? So that's just a deeper level right there. So, me and T, we're always gonna rock. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, right, I'm not really dealing with anybody else except her. Right. So, I might, go on a date on YouTube and stuff like that, but that's not really nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm really more so just kind of dealing with her and just focused on these new channels that I created that I really want, what I'm saying, to pop off. So
Right.
my head is down. I'm focused on work and everything else. I didn't expect this, story time to come out at this point, and for it to kind of drudge all this stuff back up. But I get it. I'm not like, and again, Yana is completely cool with me. I don't have a problem
Mhm.
with Yana, and I don't believe that she has one with me. It's just her. It was just her time to just express and get out whatever it was that she wanted to get out regarding that situation, and I respect that.
Right. Okay. That's what I really wanted to know from you too as well, to shut down a lot of, um sayers opinions out here. Everybody gonna have their opinion on what's going on, especially there's a story, a behind the scenes story being told about, while living with you, who the fuck did I move in with, so
Right, and so and I didn't the title. I not get it. She's like making a play on the whole. I think what's the whatever the lady's name was on TikTok or whatever. So
yeah,
like,
yeah, I know what
I
you're talking
get it,
about.
but I'm still kind of like, all right, like the title and everything. Like, but okay, fine. You know what I'm saying? You want to? I get it. You want to do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to pop. It is content creation, so I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? I understand about titles and making sure that
Mhm.
you get people's attention, but and to her credit, it's not like she tagged me or anything like that, because that would have probably
Right.
made it jump off even more as she put my
Oh
name in
yeah.
it or tagged me. So to her
Oh
credit, she
yeah.
didn't do that, right? So it was like, all right, it's cool, it's no worries.
Okay. All right, cool. So that's laid to rest, guys. Thank you, Marcus.
Listen, I appreciate it. Real quick though, I want to
Hmm.
know why some of these people think that I'm like um that like, oh, I'm like, this Donna lady says Marcus is cold, and he don't really care about none of them women, is what Nene says. They be on his time. When he done, fuck how you feel. Like, that's not the case. That's not the case. I think y'all had me pegged wrong. You know what I'm saying? I just, because I'm the person that has the quote unquote power and the power dynamic is on my side, it comes off like I'm the bad person. But really, the truth is that I actually do a lot for people. I bend over backwards for people. And oftentimes, the people that you bend over backwards for the most are the ones that, hey, just ends up, ends up, affecting your life in some type of way that isn't positive, right? Whether they are trying to do it or not, right?
Hmm.
So that's kind of what that situation is. But I didn't yeah, like, I'm not a bad guy. Like, I'm not somebody that's like, oh, I don't care about none of these women or this, that, or the third. Like, no, I care about T. That's why she's still in my life. You know what I'm saying? I care about Yana. That's why, if she needs me, I'm still here for her or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we didn't share these situations and these experiences. We did. And that counts for something. So it's not like I'm just like, oh, I'm done, I moved on. Now, am I my dad's son? You know what I'm saying? Yes. I'm a Caribbean man that comes from a mannish family of Caribbean men, and we,
Not too
we
dirty. Too dirty.
so that's pretty much what that is. But yeah, I mean, listen, I find myself, let's put it like this, because somebody says, well, will you commit to somebody one day? Of course I will. Of course I will. As a matter of fact, um, for all intents and purposes, like I say, me and T, we're rocking pretty strong right now. So, you know, we're gonna see where it goes or whatever. But listen, I mean, I still have to make sure that everything's gonna be good for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, again, not trying to, give myself excuses or whatever, but I'm not as bad as y'all think I am. Trust me.
So is T a woman that have herself together, where you would be, you won't be just having everything on your back and having any pressure going on? Is she a woman that, I don't want to say bring things to the table, because I really hate that, but is she secure?
So she is secure, right? It's not like I have to pay her bills or anything like that. She works, she has her own place. She has a kid, right? So she has a 4-year-old son. And I don't pay any of her bills or anything like that, right? Unless, she asks me to, right? So, but for the most part, like, it's not like I have to pay bills or anything like that. So yeah, she's secure enough. Now, is she like, Miss Corporate Babe or anything like that? No, no. She's um, you know, my type. So like, everybody thinks that I should be with like either this kind of more kind of like, well put together corporate type of woman, or, just woman that is kind of whatever. Or they think I should be with like, an Instagram kind of slight baddie type deal or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But what I enjoy more than anything is just the energy that I experience with that person. So, I like women that can have fun. I like
Mm-hmm.
women that, can, like, I like the kind of like, I'm more of a kind of like, you know, like I'm serious, but I'm also fun, right? And so it is what it is. It's like, all right, well, I like women that just like, I like women that are twerking a G. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like, I like that. I like that. I like when someone will just, I have fun. I like, so T is the type where if we're sitting around or whatever, and I'm editing a video that I just got done coming from out there or whatever, and I got like a couple clothes that I washed or whatever, and they're sitting on the bed, she's gonna go fold the clothes while I'm editing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna just kind of come over, like I said with Yanna, same thing. She's gonna come over and rub my shoulders, which is big for me. I love that. Like, I love a good shoulder rub. I love when a woman touches me and shows me that, she wants me, you know what I'm saying? That type of deal. So she has all of those qualities. Like I already said, we already have just amazing sexual chemistry. And then, she's kind of got the little body that I like, kind of, she's got like the, nice little bubble booty and all like that, and still kind of petite and, all like that. So, she's, and I like different body styles, of course, but, her body style is definitely one that I enjoy and like, you know what I'm saying? So, and, it is what it is. Like I right now I'm chilling with her. We're good. You know what I'm saying? I don't see myself just like really just kind of having like another major run where I'm just really out here just slaying them and everything else, because at this point in my life, success is way more important than anything else. And with these new channels that I've created, it's going to take so much out of me that I'm not going to need any other distractions, but I am going to need just like one lady to just kind of be there for me. And,
Do you see kids, any more kids in your future?
well, that's one thing that I go back and forth about. That's one thing that I go back and forth about. And, having, because, T's 28, right? T's 28. And so having a woman that's that age gives me the optionality. Where if I decide that I want to, you know what I'm saying, I can, but if I don't want to and she's chilling, then we're good, that type of deal.
Okay, thank you for answering those
Hold on
questions.
real quick. So the sniper lady says, how many ladies do you meet outside of homeless women?
Who said that?
See the
Not
sniper.
me.
No, it's okay. Listen, it's okay, because I love to answer these type of questions, because here's the thing. Like, I get it. This is YouTube, and so you only see what you see, right? I get it.
Absolutely.
But please, if like listen, there's probably some ladies on this chat right now that have DM'd me or have sent me an email or whatever. If I showed you my emails and my DM from Instagram, you would understand, like, this ain't that type of party. All right. I don't have to deal with anybody. I literally can choose who I want to deal with. I have many different types of women that have shown attraction, confirmation, have reached out, basically asked me for a date. You know what I mean? Women ask me out on a date.
Women ask you for a date?
It happens all the time. And these are beautiful women. These are not these are gorgeous women, okay, that are gainfully employed and living their life and everything else. And so, and it happens all the time. This isn't like a rare thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? This happens a lot. So yeah, that's crazy that people think that like the only option I have is dealing with quote unquote homeless women, which again, a lot of these women, homelessness is levels, you know what I'm saying? So, they may be living with their parents. They may be, in a shelter for like a month before they get this apartment or whatever type deal. Right. And so if you notice, a lot of the ladies that I interviewed, they're not like, looking like homeless and stuff like that. Like, they look like, a lot of them look like just regular young ladies that you would see out here, but they're in a situation of homelessness. And so I say that to say that these type of situations can happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody. Like anybody can fall into a situation, and just because you're in that situation doesn't make you less than, and doesn't mean that, oh, well, you know what I'm saying, that, if there's an attraction, because listen, I mean, I ain't sitting here tooting my horn or nothing like that, but I mean, you know, people have
It's
called me
the
handsome.
fact that, right, but it's the fact that you're considered high value. You get what I'm
Well,
saying?
so
So,
here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? And so I've man, listen, I've dated women that make more money than me. Okay,
mhm.
I've dated women that are doing, well, and make their six figures and doing everything else. And if I don't experience them well, then that doesn't mean nothing to me. like if the energy isn't there, if let's put it like this. If see, like I say, with a woman like T, for instance, right? It's gonna be hard for a lot of women and to compete for me. Now, maybe with other guys, it's whatever. But it's gonna be hard for a lot of women to compete for me if they don't have that same type of energy that she brings to me. Okay, you can have whatever six figures you got, or you could look great on the outside
Yeah,
and be
like the
super sexy.
Godfather said, your money and your PhD means nothing to me, right?
They
Is
don't
that what
mean
you're going?
a damn thing to me.
All right.
It's all
Yeah,
about it's
I
all
know
about
that
that
part.
king treatment. You know what I'm saying? It's
But
all about
not
that king
not a
treatment.
lot of people understand that, Marcus. That's why I said it's because that you're considered high value. I've heard you said that you're high value, and a lot of people that don't understand that part of it, because a lot of people don't understand the breakdown of what the Godfather and and common sense has really like put out there. But so they automatically like, you supposed to be high value, you messing with this person and that person. So yeah, you gave your insight on that.
Yeah, like she treats me like a complete king. Treats me like a complete king. And so unless, someone can match that and everything else, then it's like I don't really care what you have going on. I care about how you treat me. Like that's the whole point. Like this isn't like a dog and pony show where it's like, okay, like yeah, we look great. Like me and the mother of my kids. People used to tell us all the time that we were couples goals and this and that and the third. And, we both was in shape and we did a bodybuilding show together and all this other stuff. And to everybody from the outside, it looks so great, looks so wonderful and everything else. But, on the inside, it's like, it wasn't all that. You know what I'm saying? So, for people have to understand, like the outside is the outside, but how you get treated in a relationship matters more than anything else to a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's some guys that's like, okay, I can't mess with this type of woman. That's I get that, but for me, I'm just not that type of guy. I'm a more down to earth type of guy. I don't like. I'm the type of guy that's gonna treat Barack Obama the same exact way I'm gonna treat the janitor at my kid's school. Right? I'm not gonna treat him any different. And so I'm just that type of guy that's like, okay, well, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really care, like, what's your background? What's this? What's that? I care about how I experience you in the relationship. Because somebody else may experience you completely different. You may treat them like a king and everything else, and it may not be that situation with me. So, how you treat me in a relationship is literally the most important thing. Everything else is a distant second.
Right. Right. I get that part, and I know that about men too as well. It's something else I wanted to ask you that I saw somebody else and it missed me. Um, oh, another thing. Do you reject, women that you said you have a lot of women in your inbox. Do you reply to them? Do you turn down anybody, or you date them all?
So, I would say I don't reply probably 90 something percent of the time. Right? So 90 some simply because I just don't have the time. I don't have the time to start the conversation, to go back and forth, this and that and the third. Um, like I just, listen, I'll be honest with you. And they may be listening right now. I hope I don't piss them off or whatever, but there's at least two or three young ladies that send me money, on Cash App and stuff like that pretty frequently, right? And we've had conversations here or there, but it's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's like, like I don't for one, I'm just not like half of the ladies are from out of town, right? So I'm not doing that. I'm not, I'm not doing no out of town relationships or nothing like that.
Right.
Which is, the reason why I wouldn't pursue nothing with you, Chase, just because, but you bitch now, boy. You down in Atlanta, boy. I mean, you can take that part out, but I was just saying, but you seen how I was sweating when you was here. But anyway, but nah, but for me and my part, what I'm saying, it's like, all right, what I'm saying, like, yeah, I get a lot of women that reach out to me and this and that, but the truth is that they just are reaching out from what they see on YouTube and
Right.
from what they know me from YouTube. But like I say, someone like T, or even someone like Yanna who got a chance to live with me and everything else, they know me like on a more intimate level. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't like having to meet new people and this and that and the third and all this type of stuff. It's like, I'd rather just chill. But I get a lot of women that, and the crazy thing is, um, you know, I would say it accelerated probably probably like double time after all the drama and all that stuff happened on YouTube.
Mm.
It's like more women reached out to me when I had all the shit going on last year and everything else.
You took with the Sunny situation.
Just it wasn't just Sunny, it was everything. Sunny, West Indies, this, that, and the
I
third.
forgot about her too. Dang, I just
So it was just a lot going
yeah,
on.
because O'Shea was talking about it. It was another channel talking about. I'm like, oh shit, Marcus.
It was a lot going on last year. So I'm happy to
Yeah.
not be in that space or whatever. But yeah, like that's what.
And Marcus, you really have to like put yourself on a celebrity list. Don't attack me in the chat, okay? Don't, okay? Because it's just certain people I just won't let get close to me, like And I feel like you need to be on that level now too.
Well, it took me a long time to like understand that, like, okay, you're somewhat of a public figure, right? You're not like, I wouldn't, me personally, I wouldn't raise it to the level of celebrity, although
You're
I
a
appreciate it.
YouTube celebrity. We're all
Right, right, right,
YouTube
right,
celebrity.
right,
Yes.
right. I'll take that, right? So look, I mean, like I say, man, I'm just a down to earth type of guy, man. So for me, it's just hard to even like, you know, not, because you have to also look at the content that I make. Like I literally deal with people at the bottom, you know what I'm saying, on a constant basis, and become friends with them and become, close to them. And if you ever rode around with me, because you didn't get to ride around with me,
No.
or whatever, but if you ever rode around with me during the daytime downtown, like around the park and Five Points train station, everything else, you'll see. You'll see. It's just constant me putting my hand up, saying what's up, this and that and the third. Everybody saying what's up, man, this and that and the third. So like I don't know, like it's like I'm a different, I guess, what you would call YouTube celebrity then, because most YouTubers are making their content at home and they're not having to deal with people. So when they become like, famous, they become lit or whatever, they're just kind of in their bubble, in their own world. Whereas me, my content comes from the people, comes from outside, right? So
yeah, but you got to think of ill intentions. As soon as somebody don't get what they want, or you're not giving them the attention that they need, it turns up. I've had it even happen to me as well. So, if I come out here with some stories, I'll be like, oh shit, Chase is going through that. So that's why I don't let a lot of people, get close to me in a certain way, especially subscribers, viewers, and things like that.
well, and I'll say this, right? You got to also realize that a lot of this stuff originated nearly 2 years ago, right? So, in other words, I initially,
right, because you wasn't showing yourself and stuff like that,
right, and so I initially wrote up on Yanna, like June of 2023, something like that. You know what I'm saying? It may have been late May. So we're pushing up on 2 years of this stuff, right? So I get it. I've learned since then, what I'm saying? Like, okay, these things will get you in some hot water. You don't want to have to deal with it. So
yeah.
whereas I used to have more of a YOLO type of, personality, it was like, all right, motherfucker, YOLO shit. We got this one life to live, we're gonna live it.
Right,
Now it's kind of like, okay, let me
with this, so I can just imagine yours, because mine definitely changed.
Yep. So, it took me a while to kind of get to that point, but I've been there now for a while. I don't just dibble and dabble a whole lot like I used to. Like I say, I mostly just have the folks that I have, and you know what I'm saying, just kind of keep it like that.
Right. Okay. Good. And definitely keep it like that because not everybody have good intentions for you, especially when they don't get what they want afterwards. Okay.
Hmm. That's pretty much what I've been saying. So it's all good. I mean, but yeah, I mean, um, let me see. What is Nene talking about? Senior
Nene
sexualized
been
violence
roasting me.
videos out there. See, listen, I ain't mad at Nene's a long time supporter, so I
I
love Nene.
know. That
I
was
love Nene.
actually the Yanna's was July 19th, 2023. That's when she had her interview with you.
Right. And so that's when she had the interview, but I actually approached her about a month before that.
Mm.
Yeah, and she tells that story like it was the most random thing ever. I was just riding down
Oh yeah, I
Marietta
remember
Street.
that story. I remember she
Hmm.
did. I did. Okay.
Just riding
But
down Marietta Street, hit a U-turn and asked her, and she was like, no. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, here's my channel or whatever, and reach out if you ever change your mind. And literally, like almost a month later, she just randomly reached out in an email, and that's how we ended up setting up. We did the interview maybe like 2 or 3 days after that. Mhm.
okay. So most of these women that you've been with hit you up because you said Sonny hit you up. So
Everybody, Chase, everybody hit me up.
damn.
Like, there's not one person that has come out and said this or that about Marcus that they didn't come after me, period. And so, like, I get it. And I get how some women feel like, oh, well, you're messing with these women, this, that, and the third. Like, I get it, man. But look, you got to understand, I was coming out of a 14-year relationship. I was, just kind of floating and just kind of doing my thing, not really realizing kind of like how big my name was getting and everything else. And so, I was just doing my thing. And I was coming out of a relationship. I was having fun with many different women. And it's not just the women I interviewed and stuff like that. Like, I had a whole life outside of my YouTube stuff and plenty of ladies that had all types of careers. You know what I'm saying? All types of careers. So it's not like I just deal with these women or whatever, but that's what I was dealing with at the time. And at the time most of them were younger, in their 20s or whatever, not like 20, but like in their 20s. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I get it. Look at it how you want, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But it's my life, and that's just kind of how I
So
was doing at the time.
so I noticed the other day it was a little uproar about you bringing what's her name again to your house. I can't remember her name right now. What's her name? And she
Cool.
was doing
Summer?
the juice and she was juicing the juice for you in
You talking
there.
about Summer?
Summer, yes.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So, I mean, with Summer, that was me trolling, right? That's me trolling because I knew that people would talk shit and do this, that, and the third. But
Get
but
the
here,
views
but
out.
but here's the real truth, right? So it's as simple as this. See,
Yeah,
most of the stuff is really simple, right? So the truth is that me and
yeah.
Summer had interviewed earlier that day, like around like 11 or so o'clock. I seen her, we interviewed, whatever, right? And then,
Hmm.
I'm going about my day or whatever. She going about doing whatever she was doing. So right when I'm leaving, right when I'm leaving, I'm pulling off, I'm riding down Peachtree and I see somebody walking with trash bags in their hand. And I recognize I'm like, wait a minute, that's Summer. Like, she had changed clothes and everything. And I was just like, what the hell are you doing? Like, and she was like, oh, I just had to leave the shelter, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, well, what are you going to do? She's like, well, I just need to try to find my way, get my way up to Dunwoody. This dude said, da, 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 blah, 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 blah. Right? So some dude was going to let her stay with her, whatever. Right? And so at the time, it was like 5 o'clock. And if you know anything about Atlanta rush hour, you
I know.
know to avoid Atlanta rush hour, period. And
Hmm.
so that's one of the reasons why I enjoy living in the city is that I don't have to deal with that shit because it's
Right.
literally some of the worst traffic in the country.
Yeah,
And
I know. I
especially
live in the
going
country, so I know.
right,
Yeah.
especially going to the northern suburbs. Like,
Hmm.
well, going south is bad too if you're on 75, but definitely going to any of the northern suburbs is going to take you an hour and change or whatever, right? And then I was
Yeah.
going to have to drive back too. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna, what I'm saying, drive you up there right now. So, and I had to go home and edit. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, I work, so I have to go out, get the content, then come back home that same day, and I don't get to then be done with work like how most people do. I then have to come home and work and edit the stuff that I got.
Mhm.
And on average, it takes me about an hour per video. So I knew that it's 5 o'clock, 5:30 or whatever it was. And if I, took her up to Dunwoody and then came back, it won't be like 7:30, 8 o'clock before anything gets up to YouTube. And that's not, like that's too late. Like I need to get it up sooner so that I can get up multiple videos. So when it comes to the timing of when I post the videos, I can't post at midnight and expect to get the views that I need to get. You know what I'm saying? I have to post like starting like 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, that type of deal. So I knew that I had to come home and work. So I was like, all right, well, let me come home. I'll bring her home. I'll get more content out of it. And I'll get to edit my stuff, do what I need to do. And then by the time the traffic dies down, I'm not going to drive her up there, but I'll call her Uber because it'll be less expensive. You know what I'm saying? So, she was here for maybe like 2 hours. I edited a couple videos and then called her Uber. So
Okay, so you did call her Uber and she left. Okay. So now they're going to say, oh, so you're using somebody who's vulnerable for content.
who said that?
I said, now they're going to say you use somebody vulnerable for content.
Well, I guess. I mean, I was helping her out. She was walking up the street with a trash bag.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's me. If you call giving someone a free ride up to where they need to be, using them, it's like, okay, like if that's the case, we're using each other. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Quick
um,
break, bro.
listen, I don't call it using or anything like that. I call it alignment. I call it alignment. Like when things are in alignment, everybody gets to win. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's like being taken advantage of or anything like that. Like she's getting
Something.
and I had just bought her lunch earlier that day. So it's like y'all don't even be knowing like it's all good. Like y'all don't be knowing, like, listen, trust me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm covered. I'm good. God knows that I'm one of his soldiers and I'm out here doing what I need to do. And do I have a lustful spirit at times and things like that? Yeah, it happens. All right. Men are men, right? But I'm not out here like doing anybody wrong or taking advantage of anybody or anything like that. Other than just the normal kind of power dynamic that would be present in any situation where you have someone that has some level of something, and then a lot of women just in any society, you know what I'm saying, and less so in our society because women are doing their thing in our society. But if you look in history, like when has it been like this major controversy when men of power or men that have means deal with women that have a little bit less? That's the normal power dynamic that has been present throughout history. So I don't get it. It's like, why is this such a big deal? Like, so if an NBA ball player goes and gets, the stripper that's struggling in the club, he's cool. That's not a problem. But I get the young lady that's living with her mom or whatever, and I'm taking advantage of homeless people. It's like, all right, come on, like let's. That's not really the case, but I get it. I get it.
Okay. You know what I have to respect about you though is that you literally speak exactly how you feel on things, and you're not discouraged by questions, the dirty disgusting questions that come at you and everything, and you literally tell what it is. Like I gotta respect that part because that's not a predator. A predator is a person that's lurking and not saying exactly what they're there for. So I gotta respect that.
Well, one thing about it, right? Like one of the North Stars on my channel is just getting to whatever the raw truth is, because I feel like you can't really grow if you're being phony about stuff, right? You can't grow if like, that's why, I ask tougher questions and, try to get to the bottom of certain things, because it's like, we got to get to the actual meat and potatoes of what's the problem or whatever. And so it's the same thing with me, right? I wouldn't want anybody to become a fan of me under some false pretense, right? Thinking that I'm like, out here to save the world or anything like that. Like, no, not really. I'm out here to kind of learn about people and have other people learn about people, right? Help other people to understand how people get into these situations, what may have gone into it that may have, been from their childhood and things like that. and maybe what their thought process is and what they're maybe trying to do to get out of it. Because people often wonder, like, well, what are these people doing? They're lazy, they're this, they're that, the third. So, I just try to get to truth about things, right? And so, listen, if I got to go through a little bit of fire and, in order to become a better version of myself, then hey, that's exactly what I'm promoting on my channel. So I'm not going to shy away from it when it comes to me.
Right. Right. I get it. I get that part. But I gotta admit, I did see the stress in your face a couple times last year, though. I did see the stress. I saw the difference in how you look then and how you look now,
Chase,
Hmm.
I cannot describe to you the level of stress that the first 4 months of the year last year provided for me. It
Hmm.
it was it was so hard because not only was I dealing with everybody just, attacking the
Hmm.
mess out of me, right?
Hmm.
But at the same time, my numbers have flattened out. So that same place that I was telling y'all where my numbers was at when I sent Yana that screenshot had flattened out at that place. And that's a place where I can basically like float and kind of break even, but can't like save money or do anything like that. Can't really do no extra special stuff for myself or nothing like that, right? And so having my numbers and my money funny and having my name or my likeness or my channel's name in everybody's title and thumbnails for
Right.
damn near like 2 or 3 months. And none more than the at the time the ringleader, uh Kiki. Okay,
Please.
like man, you talk about, and I didn't let nobody see me
She's
sweat,
on
but
your ass.
man, she was on it like white on rice. I mean, every day, and it's like this was like her, like you could tell she was the most happy. Like now that I have like been able to see like her throughout like a year or whatever, you could tell that she was so happy to be like just talking about that tea, like that particular tea. When it
Hmm.
came to markets and everything else, she was in her bag.
Hmm.
Okay, and she was doing her thing. Like I had to give it to her.
Hmm.
Like
She sure
she
was.
she was entertaining the people for what they wanted, and the people was coming.
I got.
Okay, and for me it was like, because she's also the type to like make up a bunch of shit and like kind of come to like wrong conclusions, and so she was like super wrong about half the shit she would be saying, and I'd just be sitting there like, okay, so nobody's gonna correct this, and nobody's
And
gonna.
that's why you would go over there, right? And
Right, because it's like,
yeah.
all right, y'all are like really just like putting out a bunch of false narratives and stuff like that. And at one point I was trying to like, okay, well, let's just, it's cool. Like, I don't mind you say whatever you said, but let's try to move forward in a way where we can both move forward together.
Hmm.
But she made a mistake of not doing that. And then shortly thereafter, my daddy upstairs came and gave her a whooping, because he told her to chill out. Like, all right, you got him a little bit. He learned the lesson he needed to learn. Now back off because he still has work to do for me. And she didn't heed that warning, and she ended up, taking a crap on herself like a couple months later. So,
Right.
it's all good. Everything worked out the way it worked out.
Yeah, everybody's in their place. Everybody's chilling. I like that it's not complete war out here, and everything like that. So everybody's able to get their content going. It is what it is. Um, yeah. So you have been tuning into Yanna's story time. I
Oh,
see.
you know it. You know it. You know it. Like, listen,
And I said it.
first of all, I tell Yana all the time that if she's got 6 people in the chat, I'm one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so because I
Mm-hmm.
get post notifications on her channel,
Right.
so I'm always gonna be like a supportive person for the most part until like you cross a line that can't be recrossed, like how the other one did with my dad,
Right.
right? So that line will never be recrossed again. Like that'll never
Right.
be a situation or anything. I'll never even have another word for that person ever.
Right.
But as far as Yana goes, like, hey, look, hey, listen, if I'm being honest, right? Yana's the reason why all this stuff happened, right? Let's not
Mm-hmm.
let's not mince words, right? She's the
Mm-hmm.
reason why all this stuff happened. Okay, when she
Mm-hmm.
sent that email, that's when
Mm-hmm.
everything blew up and whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. So I have every right logically to be like, oh, I ain't messing with her, I ain't dealing with her, whatever. But that's just not how my spirit works. And you know, it is what it is. Like I wasn't 100% right in the situation, so you know, like I'm able to take my licks and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? And so with her, you know, me and Yana are cool. Like I don't have a problem with her. And so yeah, like I was definitely tapped into the story time. And you know, I was waiting to see if anybody was gonna be like, well now hold on now. You got to be held accountable for the decisions that you made too. It's not like because the way she's telling it, you know, it's the soft voice and everything else. I can see where anybody would just be like, "Oh my God, Marcus is terrible." You know what I'm saying? But like, come on, let's be for real.
No,
Like,
that's not true. That's not true. Definitely, I definitely said that. You know, she should definitely hold herself accountable as well for for the situation as well. So, I like both of you guys. You know, so I I was interested. I was tapped in. Okay, because I was like, I want to know all the tea, everything happening there, everything. So,
yeah, and shout out to definitely want to shout out to you know, my big sis Golden, my big sis Shanna, because you know I saw that they had a live and they was you know kind of talking about, hey, look, you know, it ain't just all, we ain't just finna sit here and just put it all on Marcus and act like it won this and it won that. And
mhm,
you know they saw the whole thing unfold for sure. So
mhm,
you know, hey, look, it is what it is. So but yeah, shout out to them for just kind of, you know, just making sure that everybody was held accountable. I don't consider it them sticking up for me or nothing like that. I just consider it like because they both have gone in on me too. Like that's
mhm.
what people
Yeah,
don't
I
realize.
seen
Like
that.
Golden
Mhm,
started off like I believe the first time I noticed Golden was from the whole Monique situation,
mhm.
and everybody hated me when that situation first came out or whatever.
Oh,
So she was one of the people that,
Marcus, like,
yeah, she was
ooh,
one of the people that didn't
you
like.
were
She was
terrible for that
anti-Marcus.
situation.
That's a whole nother story. But long story
Yeah,
short
I'm
is
not
that
gonna
go.
get into it.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
about to. That's a whole nother story. But
I'm not gonna get into it
I was
because,
in a different place then. Okay.
yeah, you had to been because I'm disgusted with that.
Well, here's the thing. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Fine, fine. Okay, let's talk about it real quick. Okay,
Oh,
let's talk
Marcus.
about it real quick. Okay, just because I like to just get things out in the open so that everybody got an understanding, right? Now,
Mhm,
again, I just said yes. I was in a different place then. Okay, but you got to understand what that situation was. Okay, so again, I had just got done, essentially in my mind, and what everybody was telling me, saving Josias, right? You have to understand the high that I was still under. It's different. I cannot explain it. It's a different kind of high. Okay. I don't think that I could smoke 100 blunts and get as high and feel the feelings that I was feeling, the euphoric feelings that I was feeling at that time, right? So I'm just like floating around on cloud nine. This young lady comes with this kind of sad story, this amazing story, and she has this very nuanced ability to bring people into her emotions and her pain, right? So she has this, like, everybody who sees her story or sees her for the first time is like, oh my God, what can I do to help? Everybody, right? Even on TikTok right now, she's on TikTok. She got a whole new crowd,
yeah.
and they're over there like, oh my God, what can we do to help? And they don't realize like she's been doing this for years, right? It's like, right? And so listen, I'm normal. I'm a person, right? And I'm a person that has empathy or whatever. So, you know, the situation. So you know, I felt bad and it's like, all right, well, she saw me that I had a blunt rolled up and she was like, can I please smoke, please? And everything else, right? She's still like in the teary kind of thing. So I'm like, sure, come on, it's all good, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So we're riding around, we're smoking, whatever. And she's telling me more about her story. And I'm kind of questioning it because I'm like, now hold on now. You mean to tell me all these guys, kicked you out and all this and that and third? And the answers that she's giving, she's low key like bragging on how good her cootie cat is, right?
Mm,
And so I'm like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then what she does is, here's where she got me. Now, here's where she got me. Okay. I'm giving you the real raw right now.
mhm.
She pulled out, she was like, oh, this is my Instagram or whatever, and showed me her Instagram pictures. And they were just from like a couple years ago. And on her Instagram pictures, Chase, this is a whole different young lady. This
Wow.
is this is a slight dark skinned Like she was looking good. She had on she had on this like kind of see-through outfit. Her body was looking crazy. I was
So,
like,
so your dick started speaking.
well, it did. And I was thinking in my head, like, okay, she cleans up well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking like, well, I mean, hey, I just sent Josiah's home, whatever. Maybe I can get her a makeover. And because she was talking about she wanted to work it, because we was talking about like real stuff. We was talking about like her getting a job and that kind of stuff. And she was saying that it's hard for her to get a job because she doesn't look the way that she wants to look and all this other stuff. And she showed me the pictures, and I was like, wow, you look way different. Like you clean up really well, and this, that, and the third, right? So I was like, man, like okay, well maybe, what I'm saying, like, clean you up. You can go get a job. She specifically said that she wanted to get a job at Hooters, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, like cool. Like I can see it where, hey, get your hair done, what I'm saying, get you some new clothes or whatever, and you feel good, you feel confident. Hey, it's all good, right? But again, we're still smoking, we're still riding. She says the stuff about her cooter cat and how it stays wet and how it's wet right now and all this other shit, right? And so, like I was like, hey, look, at that point, like you said, my dick started talking or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I took a while before I said anything because I thought about it long and hard. But I was like, I said something to the effect of, well, I can give you a second opinion or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because she was saying how everybody, like how nobody, everybody would kick her out and she wasn't good at sex and all this other stuff. And how she had hardly had any sex, you know what I'm saying? And all
She
this
said
other
she
stuff,
was
right?
too tight.
Well, okay, so listen, let me say this, right? And I don't know, maybe half of y'all not gonna like it. I don't know. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. This is the unfiltered Chase. You getting the unfiltered. you
Listen,
getting you getting the
I'm
unfiltered
listening.
truth right here. Okay.
Okay.
Monique had top three Cuda Cat.
Wow.
It was excellent. When I tell you it was excellent, it was very much so excellent. I'm talking about really, really good. I'm not
Better
lying.
than the other interviewees?
It was probably the best of any of the interviewees that I've had. Now, I have better sexual chemistry, like say with like T and stuff like that. But when it comes to the hardware,
Mm-hmm.
she wasn't lying. Like it was, you could tell that she didn't have a lot of sex.
Mm-hmm. That's
It
what she.
was, it was that motor oil, so it was no problems when it come to frying it, nothing like that. Like that thing was just felt plush. And I did bust kind of like what I'm saying, like in like a couple of minutes the first time, right? And I was like, oh my god, like what just happened? What I'm saying, I never do that, right? and so I had to double back, so it's like maybe like 10 minutes later, like I was like, hold on, let me try that again, what I'm saying, or whatever. And I busted like maybe 5 minutes the next time. So it was like, oh my god, like this is hitting, right? And so, but I still was like, at that point, was like, I was still, I had options, what I'm saying? So it wasn't like, oh, I'm tripping or I'm tender on this Cuda Cat or nothing. So that's when she got upset, was because I was like, then I wasn't immediately like, all right, well, just stay here and you could just stay here in my house and all this stuff. I was like, all right, well, that was cool. Here's my number. Hit me up when you need me. Okay. And then boom, she hit me up the next day, like with this sob story about how she was about to be, gang raped and all this other stuff, all these guys and this and that and the third. And the truth is that when I pulled up, there was like a few guys around her and stuff like that, right? So I was like, okay. So she got in, and that's when I was like, okay, well, look, if you out here and you're just in danger like that and stuff like that, like, all right, well, let's just figure out a situation. And, you know, like, hey, look, you come over, it's this and that. We've already been intimate, whatever. It's whatever, right? Now, up to this point, I had not seen the crazy because I hadn't spent enough time around her. Okay. But then when we made that agreement and she came to the apartment, now she's like in the apartment chilling, whatever. That's when the whole story about the edible and all that stuff happened. She, stolen the edible, all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And then that's when I saw the crazy. And again, now you got to keep in mind, in my head, this is just a 28-year-old, as someone in the comments said, I do like dark skinned women, right? 28-year-old dark skinned women that cleans up really, really nice. And again, just to be honest, and again, y'all may not like this or whatever, the body is crazy. Her
Ooh, child.
body is crazy. She has got amazing breasts that sit up straight with no bra needed and pokey nipples. And she's got a nice bubble booty that defies gravity and a nice pair of legs. You know what I'm saying? And she's got that grade of hair, probably similar to yours, to where
Mhm.
when it's wet, it's like it falls down and it's curly. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. I did see
So,
that. She
right.
does have
So
nice hair, yeah.
she does. So when she like came out the shower and she's naked and water dripping down, and you know what I'm saying? Like the titties are sitting up and the ass is defying gravity, and you know that the cootie cat is good. It's like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? So, unfortunately, that's kind of what that situation was.
Ooh, child. Well, I was definitely glued. Well, one thing I want to say too, she was screaming and hollering, and she was like, "You didn't allow her to take a shower," and she was so upset about that. Wow.
So she's talking about two different times, right? She's talking about two different times. So she took a what you call a bird bath the first time, whatever. But here's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure she had already taken a shower that day, because they got places where you could take showers and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Different places you can go to take showers. So there was nothing about her that had like, if trust me, I'm a clean person. Like if she had any type of stench or anything like that, I'd be like, take a shower. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But there was none of that. Like she, she's perfectly fine, clean, nothing. It wasn't no issues. She took a little bird bath before we did it. And then boom, you know what I'm saying? We did it, and we did it twice, and there was no stench, no nothing, no none of that.
Mm-hmm.
So all that was all good. And then the next day when, she called me and had all that stuff, and we worked out the deal where she was gonna stay there. That's when she came over, and the first thing that she did when she got there, the first thing I had her do was, hey, go take a shower. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So that was probably what that was.
Okay. So Copper said, Marcus, you must have missed out on your exploration stage as an adolescent. Is that true?
Mm, not at all. I mean, listen, I mean, you tell me, by the time I finished high school, so, I lost my virginity when I was 14. And by the
Oh,
time I left high school, huh?
mm-hmm. I said, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
And by the time I left high school, I had 10 bodies. So, what I'm saying? It's not like, it's not like I wasn't getting none. You know what I'm saying? I've always had women attracted to me since I was in kindergarten. Even with, me being a shorter guy, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, no, I'll
We're,
say this. As a guy, we're just wired differently, man. And I was coming out of a 14-year relationship. So especially like that first year, I really feel like that first year I should get a mulligan for anything that I did, because I'm coming out of a long-term relationship.
and you were
And
faithful?
huh?
And you were 100% faithful?
Not 100% faithful, but it's still much different than being just free and
Right.
able to just do what you want to do, like, so even if I dibbled and dabbled in the relationship, it wasn't like I did it comfortably, or, I could just kick my feet up and, have all these different women floating in and out and all this stuff or whatever. Right. So, that first year, listen, I mean, hey, like I say, I wasn't even like, my face wasn't even on YouTube at that point. Right. But,
Mhm.
I was still able to, just with the confidence that I had, and frankly, the body that I had at that point, because I was fresh off of my bodybuilding shows. So y'all don't get it. Like, I used to literally get molested. Like, y'all talk about molestation and stuff like that. I was seriously used to get molested. Like, it used to happen all the time, because women would just rub my arms and rub my back and do this and do that.
Without your permission.
Oh, 100%, 100%,
Hmm.
100%. You know what I'm saying? So, because I was jacked at the time, I was fresh off bodybuilding show. My muscles popping, arms was huge. You know what I'm saying? Had the six pack going crazy, chest was all that, you know what I'm saying? So, when I first came out, and that's when I should have been on camera. Y'all would have loved that. but like, so, it was popping. Like, my body was looking good. Had all this, I've always been a confident guy, but you know what I'm saying, there's even more confidence now that, my YouTube stuff is working out and everything's flowing great. I had two jobs at the time, so I still had my six-figure civilian job, as well as I was essentially making six figures on YouTube. So it was flowing, man. And that first year, I just feel like, hey, look, man, I can't be blamed for nothing. Okay, I was having fun and doing my thing.
Okay. Okay, so Copper, he answered your question. Yes, exactly. Said if y'all really listen to men, they tell you who they really are. Great question, Chase. Absolutely. And it's the honesty for me. Like I see someone said, I like that. Like, it's nothing to condemn for because he's telling it himself. Okay.
So who is this? The one person? What is it that they want to know? Because I see they keep typing in the comments. You know what I'm saying?
The
Like,
one only wants to know things about Sunny. I think I think that's what the one is for. That's all the one is here for. I am so sure of it.
okay, well, yeah, I'm not. I ain't really gonna speak
I
on
don't
her a whole
even
lot.
feel like you should even address anything
Yeah.
when it comes to her because of the extent of it,
Yep.
So I just don't feel like Marcus should answer any questions when it comes to her, okay?
Yep.
So
Yep. Yep.
if it's anything else, then we're gonna let Marcus go and have his ribeye and chill out for the rest of his
Oh, the
Saturday.
ribeye is done. I already ate the ribeye.
You ate it?
I handled that. I handled that. So that's handled. I'm about to get I got some family that's got like a little kickback party, a little 90s party that's popping off in a little bit. And I'm
Oh,
about to take the
nice.
kids,
Oh,
take the
nice.
kids over to my brother's house and the kids are gonna be over there chilling, doing their little teenage girl thing, and me and Malcolm gonna slide over to the little party real quick and do
Okay.
our 1-2 and do that whole thing. So that's what I'm about to do in a little bit.
And I also have something coming up, right? But it's down in the year in the fall, and I'm gonna hit you up about it. I want to see if you wanted to join us as well because it's a community thing that me and the rest of the DOLT ladies would like to do.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. I would love to do that.
Okay, so
I
I'm
would love to
definitely
do that. I love to come and take a shot with everybody.
yes, we're gonna get something going on down there. So I'll keep you informed in the near future of what's going to go down. Okay.
Okay, awesome, 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 and definitely shout out to everybody in the chat. I don't want anybody to ever feel like they can't express themselves when it comes to me or anything like that. So, like I don't want nobody to ever feel like, oh, Marcus may be in the bushes or anything like that. Like, let it rip. Tell how you feel. I don't mind. I'm not a thin skinned person, and I don't generally hold grudges or hold things against people or anything like that. If anything, I'll explain, kind of maybe what I feel like you may be misunderstanding or whatever. So, just to let anybody know that.
Definitely. That's something I mean majority of us know already. So because we know about the thick skin and we know we seen your chat, we've been in your chat, so we know. We definitely know. But yeah, thanks for coming and being extra truthful when it comes to your position on everything that that's been going on. And I'm glad that you and Yanna is definitely at a place where you guys are not warring and you're supporting as well, but you're still going to say, well, you know what, I didn't feel like that, or whatever, because it's her story and you allow her to tell her story. So shout out to you for that. Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You know, I'll keep it right there. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll keep
Definitely. Well, if it blows up anymore, I'll let you know. I can send you a text. Be like, hey,
it. That's
come,
all
come,
good. That's all
come
good.
handle this real fast.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all good. You shoot me the text and I'll be there. No problem. All right.
All right. Take care and enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
Y'all do the same.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Later. Okay. So y'all was cutting up in here. Jesus. And Hattie said, Marcus, you're nasty, respectfully white. She was here for it. He probably goes, oh my gosh. Let me take a 2-minute break because after, not a 2-minute, but a minute or so. But I do want to get on what happened earlier with Sunny and the whole situation. I'm done with this part of the segment, and we can, talk a little bit about it, but I definitely want to get into the whole counselor situation and her focus because that's what my live was initially about. Okay, so just give me a second. Let me get a drink, use the bathroom because it's been 2 hours. I gotta go tinkle, and I'll be right back. Okay, mods, hold on the chat, talk amongst each other, but we're coming back to talk about Solid Sunny and the bullshit that we heard earlier. Okay.
Moments of chaos, moments of choice. It's not just talk, it's what we live. Every tale's real, every moment we give. That's life. Life in the stories collide. Tales of the heart, tales of the heart, no place to hide. From trust betrayed to lessons learned. Every page turn, every bridge burn. Life in where stories collide. Tales of the heart, no place to hide. From trust betrayed to lessons learned. Every page turned, every bridge burned. Bridge burned. No filters here, no filters here, no filters here. Every page burned. Yeah, we're here now. Let's talk life. Real talk. Step inside where the truth is laid bare. Love's sweet highs and betrayals that tear. Friendships forged and those that break. Moments that challenge choices we make. Feel this. Life in where stories collide.
Okay, I'm back. I am back. Shout out to y'all for the love that you guys are sending here in the chat. Let me shout out my people that, you know, artists. Shout out to you for the 10 gifted memberships. Ro, I see you, my love. Thank you, and thank you, Zell, as well. I didn't get to shout you guys out. I love you. I see Teach in the building. She said, I love you. And Marcus, we love you too, Teach. Let me see. Copper said, and I'm a stone cold sexual master, so I'm no none myself. I'm no none myself too, I no none myself. But hey, Donna says sure was no filter at all. Okay, Monique got a good. Okay. And she said it too, because I heard it. She was over there bragging around. I heard it all. Okay. Manifest said, yes, Chase, such a wonderful interview. Yes, thank you. Warrior, I see you. Shout out to everybody that came in, and I wasn't able to say hey to you guys. The one said, this is really pure entertainment. Absolutely. Marcus was created so many content creators through his channel. Everyone has a character they watch more than others. I rock with Chase because she only keeping it 100. The one. Shout out to you, baby. I love you for that. Absolutely love you for that. So let's get into Sunny and the video the premiere she did earlier today. It got sent to me from one of my peeps. Okay, shout out to you because I wasn't expecting it. So she came on, right? And she's still doing the same bullshit. My title said child so focused on nothing. I have to retitle it though, because Marcus did come here, right? Hey V, you up in V, when did you come up in here? Hey boo, thank you. And she did this premiere and she was talking to somebody on the phone, which is someone who's an official. I think it was the counsel. What was it, the therapist? It was the therapist. Okay, so anyway, Sunny, you are so full of fucking dog shit. Let's let it rip, okay? She is so full of dog shit. It was the therapist. That's what I thought, okay? And she's out here talking about, I don't know how I don't know how to get this bitch. Shut the fuck up, okay? That's what you do, because you're on here. You want to dox me. You want to dox vibes. You want to dox Golden. You want to dox everybody. You want to dox. But you can't dox how you get Section 8. You can't dox how you get freaking assistant. You can't dox how to, bitch. Huh? You can't dox how to get your way going. Like, come on, bitch. I ain't buying that. You funky ass. Tired of you now. Over there, and but I don't, ain't that, bitch. You know what's up. As much as you sit in front of a phone and did that, you could be picking up that phone with that one linky ass arm that you got and freaking call out to these people and let these people know, well, how do I get here? What's the next step? Okay? But no, you out here worried about people that already got their shit together. Make that shit make sense. Huh? Huh? Make it make sense, because you're not. So we got to pull it together for you. Don't talk about, oh, the therapist ain't gonna make me stop dragging you, but you ain't dragging nobody but them sores on your ass. That's it, and your kids. That's all you're doing. You ain't dragging no fucking body over here. I know that for a fact. You could never. Okay? You're not capable of doing that. Okay? Dox your ass to the Section 8 office. Dox your ass to some freaking move to a town that's gonna give you their assistant. Talking about they don't have it in Buford. If they don't have it in Buford, bitch, then you need to go to another fucking town. Okay, that's what you need to do. Sick of you, fucking little bitch. You out here bad bitch, but can't even get a fucking place. You need assistant. But how do I? Did y'all hear that shit? How do I? But you out here want a man, you a bad bitch. You got plenty of hoes. You got this, you got that. Nah, bitch. No. We're not buying it. You fake and phony and flawed ass motherfucker. Tired of you, bitch. I don't know why God give wombs to bitches like that. I want to sit here and talk about I don't know how. But you in front of the damn phone all day. Wanna deal and go after able body in your words, bitch. Able body bitches. But you ain't your mouth ain't fucking able to handle business. Handle business, bitch. Wanna come out here talking shit. Then over there talking about going right on YouTube talking about I wish I could trade places with my baby daddy. You are a fucking sore ass goddamn loser, bitch. That's what you are. A sore ass loser. Bring your ass out here with the and ask these people, what's her name? EBT boss lady. Ask Patricia. Ask Mimi. Ask them down low dirty ass bitches to help you. That's what y'all should be doing on them phone calls when y'all sitting there 24 goddamn 7 on the phone trying to put shenanigans together to go after content creators that's only speaking on what the fuck they see. Huh? Come on now. You got way too much time on your hands to be wandering. Yes, and I'm talking about she's an influencer. Who are you influencing? Who are you motivating? You motivating other young women to go scream and beat on their kids. You're motivating other freaking amputees and stuff like that to say, you know what, let me sit here. I could drink and smoke all goddamn day and not go to a doctor, take care of myself, do what I gotta do. Let me tear down my only baby sister in there. Let me tear her down. Let me do this. Is that what you're influencing? Because I don't motherfucking see it. Who see it? Who see it? Because I don't see it, Sonny. Yeah, she's a sore loser. She's weak. Okay? So, but that's still not going to stop me from dragging you bitches. What bitches you talking about? Because the only people you dragging is your goddamn daughters. That's the only people you dragging, girl. So you trying to say that the therapy is not going to help from you dragging your daughters? You are pathetic, sick bitch. You are sick. Okay, because you're not dragging anybody out here. Huh? No, you're not. You're not. Fuck out of here. Dusty ass. You could talk to somebody and you can't even put yourself together to get housing for you and your goddamn kids. But I don't know how. The lady said to you on the phone, those things are available to you. It been available to you, girl. It been available to you. You know that. But you just want to sit here and raise that one arm and talk about, hey, I'm better than you. I'm sitting on all you hoes, but don't even have a place, a stable place for you and yours, with a bathroom where you accessible to, bitch. Ain't got one arm, no legs. Everything is available to you. Everything. Sitting there looking crazy day in and day out. Shut the fuck up. Stay off this shit. Unless you're coming out here to get assistance from people and get help and draw that kind of attention, shut the fuck up, because it don't look good. It don't look good, girl. It don't look good. You over there talking about you don't know how. But on here running your mouth, doxing everything but the goddamn DFAT's office, bitch. Come on now. Make that shit make sense. Huh? I don't know how, head ass. Yo, I cannot stand her. I can't stand how she moves. Like you're dusty. You've been dusty then and you dusty now. Because you don't know how to make a way for you and yours, okay? But you out here want to feed people looking for friends, waiting for people who don't even like you to love you. Like, you weird. You're fucking weird. You know what? Let me read through your comments. Let me see what's going on in here, okay? Let me see. Because this bitch is just like really, really, really grind my gear, okay? Thank you, Nene. Thank you, boo. Let me see. Vanessa said it's a bunch of bullshit. She had said, stupid ass smirk on her face is going to be just like class, one session and done. Yeah, she gonna go get a drink later. Absolutely. We can expect that. We can expect her to come out here and influence that. Okay, we can. V said, how do you do therapy on live? What type of issues that? She's not serious about it. She's not serious about getting help for her children. She's too worried about YouTube and who's on YouTube. Whether we talk about this bitch or not, she's still gonna be the motherfucking bullshit ass bitch that she is. Okay? Nothing's gonna change from her being a mammy if she can't even stay off this shit just to freaking do her therapy. Did you see how drunk and fucked up she was when she had her daughter cooking? She said, I don't even know if they ate or not. Did you hear that? She's still the mammy that we believe she is. Okay? That we see that she is. The fuck? The one said Sunny can't be serious. Hopefully CPS saw that. Plus, I'm pretty sure the counselor didn't want to be online. She really is stupid, right? That's supposed to be a private session. That's how you know she's not serious about anything. Okay? Like I said, the video after that, the other segment after that was her drunk. Okay, having her kids cooking. She was fucked up. She said, well, I don't even know. They said they don't want none because they want to eat that nasty shit. She said, I don't even know if they ate or not. Looking crazy. Shit. Malika said, yeah, was thinking that was BS too. And it was. Yes, get on the phone and do the work, funky junkie. Like, come on now. The one said, and she thought she was finessing the therapist. Therapist just playing along and is. Because if you ain't jumping for those resources and doing things, bitch, they gonna linger until the friggin' investigation is over. You need people in your life so that you can do exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Take advantage. That's what you're supposed to do. Take advantage of it. Tell them those kids need beds. That's what you should be telling ACS. Tell them I need a place. Do all of that. They need clothes. Do all of that. But nah, not you, Sonny, because you such a badass bitch. You don't need a fuck thing. I got it all. I pay for men. I give men money. The fuck? Man, Rose said, talk to that half a body host, says and is. And is. Hi, Angelique. She paying for hits on folks, pay for Section 8 instructions. Okay. All right. Shoot, that explained it quickly. Copper. I wanted to dig in them. Let me not say that because she got them swords, baby. Okay. The one said that woman had a briefing before taking her kid. Sunny thought she was slick with that lady. Yes. And Ken, let me go down. She thought that lady was going to volunteer to do the shit for her. She looked like she was in total pain in that chair, and she was. And she was. Stucky said, let's go, Chase, and is trying to act timid and innocent. Right. That therapist needs to see that video of her cursing out her daughter. Absolutely. And she needs an asylum. The fuck? But the thing is, she's not it's recommended by CPS. So they know that she's, fucked up, she said the most dumbest shit ever. She said my therapist, she's not judgmental or anything. That's their job. They're not supposed to show you that they're judgmental or anything like that. You're so naive. Google, bitch. Google, bitch. Okay? Like, you're so weird. You don't so ignorant. You're so ignorant. Get up. You Google everything but everything that you need. What? The one said somebody tells CPS she was unknowingly recording the therapist and said she know the session's not going to change. She's just doing it because CPS told her that that's what she needs to get done. That's all she's doing. She's not trying to leave. The therapist, but yet you clickbait and talking about CPS. She a mess. She's a fucking mess. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I'm back. Go ahead and take them kids. The more I think about it, that auntie taking too long, she don't deserve them either. Someone said the kids wish you would too. Woo chow. Let me go down. Don't forget to hit that like button. I should have over 100. Hit that like button, y'all. That's why I voice my opinions, because it's nothing personal. Marcus, is just my thoughts on the discussion. Absolutely. Influence other leaky sore weirdos not to clean their wounds. That's a big one too. Trade places with her BD. Yeah, plea deal might be accepted. She played too much for a person who's in her predicament. Okay, she played way too much. Let me see. Say that shit, Chase. Why her people don't help her get assistance? Right? Like, come on now. Gemini said, Chase, she's an adult. If you know you are a young woman and not ready for kids, she should have bought condoms herself and demand they use it. I totally understand. She only made it worse for herself. Absolutely. She's a half a bird. Shake my head. She qualifies for everything. So no excuse at all, Aretha. Everything. I'd have been getting, man, listen. I would have been living lavish off this system, baby. Without a lavish. Lavish. Okay, getting everything. You in a chair, and I'm gonna have a home job too. And I'm gonna be doing that. At least two. One in daytime, one in nighttime. If you can stay up all damn day on YouTube all night, sit on the phone with these people who have no goddamn lives at all, ain't doing a damn thing with their damn self. Y'all should be researching. Y'all should be getting housing together, pulling up, moving you into your new place, doing all that. But instead, no, it's YouTube business. People that's living in their homes, people that's taking care of their children, people that are able to move around, able bodies, and do whatever it is they want to do. Come on, you have it in for somebody, bitch. No, have it in for yourself, ho. Okay, have it in for yourself. Do something for you and those damn children. That's what you need to do. She don't want to be by herself with the kids. More responsibility for her if they stayed alone. She's delusional. Even think that she can put herself in the same category with any of us. Right? Absolutely. Hi D, how you doing, boo? Hello, my beautiful Chase. Hello, beautiful chat. Hello, my beautiful Mars. I want to bless you for always keeping game. Thank you, boo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Waste of a human life. Absolutely. If she doesn't appreciate it, she doesn't want it, you know? Still thinking about YouTube and who she gonna drag and all that. Girl, you ain't dragging nobody but them souls. When you drag from the bed to the, and that's it. That's it. Okay, you ain't doing a fuck thing to nobody. This is YouTube. Yeah, it stays right the fuck there. Darwin said it works both ways. He could have covered up, especially knowing the young lady was desperate for a place to lay her head, not to mention vulnerable and broken. Oh, Darwin is still all those pics she posted going down memory lane just prove she been dusty. Absolutely been. I mean, at this point, you would want to take care. You want to level up, no matter how messed up your situation is, as far as losing limbs and not being able to move around and stuff like that. There's you can level up even there. Okay, even there you can level up, but you choose not to. Vanessa says she was in pain. She couldn't even sit still. Absolutely. hmm Mel said BS said the same exact thing. Geraldine said Sunny going to be with baby daddy if she don't get help. Care for them sores before it gets worse. Septic, right? Let me see. No, that's trifling. Let me see. Cooking slop. Her therapy session was streamed live. Yes, she was on live. Not. It was like a premiere. It was the premiere she did. Like she recorded it and then put it on a premiere. On StreamYard. That's what she did. That's what we heard. Hattie said, "Yeah, I heard that. Why didn't she just ask them if they ate or not? Because she don't care, Hattie. She's a mammy. Okay, she's a mammy. All right. She do everything else but take care of her own. You're a mammy." Zell said, "Exactly. They know they can't take her seriously." Nice 289. How you doing, boo? For all the ones coming in, make sure you catch the replay on this. I said we'll be here on a little marathon, baby. We are 2 hours and 42 minutes in, okay? Our Saturday been very entertaining, okay? Aretha said, as a disabled veteran myself with children, she has absolutely no excuses. Shout out to you, Aretha. Well, shout out to you, giving you your flowers for handling yours, okay? If you need me, I am here, boo. Darling said she's playing that therapist, and that therapist needs to see all those personalities that come out in her videos. I don't feel like she's playing the therapist. Okay, she's playing herself. That therapist got her shit together. Okay, and I believe that sometimes it's just a walkthrough. Like they're seeing you for what you are, but it's not. It's through the city. Okay, it's through the city. It's not like she paid for it's a difference, y'all. It's a big difference for when you pay for therapy and you're getting it through Medicaid, through CPS, things like that. Okay, it's totally different. If you know, you know. All right. They're gonna get her through this, okay? While CPS is giving that money. That's about it. That lady was just going through the motions. That caseworker, before taking on her case, that woman knows and has seen everything. Absolutely. I can't stand the absolute therapists are stupid. They know how to read through they aren't stupid. They know how to read through the BS. Yeah, that's why I said she's just going on with it. Very ignorant. But want to hold the phone to do everything else, Copper. Everything else but what she need and those kids need. Ain't that a bitch? But I don't know how to bitch, what? Man, shit. Terrific said roll more than slow. She's practically deceased. Most of half her body so damn slow, man. Right. I don't know how to. Nene said, I agree with whoever said what auntie waiting on. I'm kind of not believing aunties even contemplating taking the children. Let's see the summer, Nene. Let's see what goes down this summer when those kids is out of school or whatever the case may be, because Sunny ain't changed. She was drunk as a damn skunk in that video, talking about, oh, I don't even know if they ate or not. Did y'all see the slur? If you watch if you watch Sunny, you know exactly how she looks when she's under the influence of pills and drinks. Okay. Dell said, right, Chase, you got to know how to work the system. Absolutely. Better put that long ass on to work. Right. But come on, get it together, girl. Get it together. She was drunk, them kids trying to cook pots and shit. Yes, sliding off the stove, burner, accident bound to happen. She ain't got to wait for anyone to call them. They're going to get burnt. Let her keep it up, right? Under influence and have those kids there like that, okay? Nene the aunt probably don't want little people with problems. Let me see, ZX, I see you. Shout out to you. Much love to you, hun. The one that's facts. The one be on the ass. Okay. Uh-huh. Let me see. Hey, just for you. Hi, doll, smart and chat. I live with an older man for a place to stay. It was awful. I got on my feet and said, kiss my ass. Good for you, just for you. Good for you, definitely. Let me see. She won't be alone. She will need an aid. And the thing is she doesn't want that in there because she don't know how to be decent, you know, just to be a decent person. Thank you, Nene. You said this live was fire. Thank you, my love. A real mom would have been like, they don't eat shrimp, so I'm going to cook that last. They are having, let me see, they are having taco salad. She's sorry, right? She doesn't put love in anything that she do for these babies. Nothing. Nothing. So it's gonna always look unkept. Okay, it's gonna always look like how it looked over there. Okay, and you could tell that she balked on them from the way her face looked while she's doing it. She didn't look too happy. It's you have to do this. Okay. Let me see. Let me go down. Even if I was neglecting myself, I damn sure would make sure my baby's getting all they need and more. Absolutely, because we're not mammies. Okay. No need to ask. Are you a mammy, bitch? Because bitch, you are. She is. Aretha said, "Thank you, Chase. No problem, boo." Let me see. Wicked don't care about those minors, not one freaking bit. Okay, not one bit. Out here, the baddest bitch, and can't even go over there and go get some damn assistance. Don't even know how to get an assistant to get. And they told her she would have to pay $400, $400 a month. That ain't nothing to a bad bitch. You got all these people, right? Got all this support, right? Do what it do. Talking about she gives positive influence, right? My ass. You saw the way she made her face. You saw the way how she made her face, right? Lying bitch. The one said, how do you have your kid to cook your meal and say in their face, I don't know if they ate? Right. I don't even know if they ate or not. She made her plate and did nothing for them. Right. Absolutely. That's something she used to. I told you, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. She didn't even know they fucking ate. And how I noticed is because she hit that live button and stood in front of there, and the kids is like, they're hungry. They didn't eat. The one, and meanwhile, like Carrie said, these people are ordering her, and she said, no lie, it's 4 DoorDash coming in and out, or back to back. Okay? That's what Carrie said. And she lives there. Okay? She lives there. Let me see. That lady looked over all those case files and videos. She knew what she dealing with. Right. Sunny had the nerve to smirk like she playing that lady. And like I said, she playing her damn self. Yeah. Her therapy is a pro bono. Absolutely. It's a difference. I had ACS therapists giving me Uber money to get around because I don't do public transportation. Oh my gosh, that damn therapist done seen her videos. She had a job to do. I hope she write in her report that she is non-compliant. Let me see. The one said Kenesha is saying, trying to file paperwork. Miss Beep Beep should pay him to do that. Absolutely. Because he sounds like he knows a lot about the system and what it does and everything like that. He should be doing research. Instead of trying to find people homes where they're living and doing all that stuff, y'all have a lot to do over there. Get cracking. She's fucked up. Sunny is fucked up. She has no motion. No motion at all. Okay? No motion. Say it with me. No motion, Sunny. You have no motion. Your face looked crazy when she said that you had to pay $400 because you thought you was gonna get everything for free. Okay? Mm-hmm. Let me see. Trying to act timid and innocent. That therapist needs to see. Okay, I saw that. Yes, she do. Warrior, she definitely do. The one she did is haven't watched it. She's let me see. I think it's like a StreamYard video. It's a premiere. She needs to go outside more also and let the sun hit her skin and her scalp. I'm sure she's lacking vitamin D and iron, and her mind is foggy as fuck. You know how that can happen. And she's starting to thin out. She's gonna start thinning out completely. She thinks that CPS case is a joke. When they remove them kids, then she'll snap the fuck up. She's not. She's not. She not gonna give a damn after that. Rose said lying. That broad triggers me so bad, shake my head. You're right. She slaved them kids to cook for her. And Beep Beep was on her way after it was done. Shake my head. Yep, she did. She sure did. And it looked pretty dangerous with that thing sliding all over the place. Like, girl. And can you imagine all the screaming and everything she was doing at them? Because she has no patience with them. So I know she was barking. Sonny, I know you was barking at them kids. I know you was barking on them like a damn dog. Okay? Mm-hmm. Therapy went straight to hell when that lady said $300 to $400. Vanessa, did you read that? Because I did. I sure did. Okay. She ain't leaving her rent-free stinking basement. She don't want to do no damn money because if she broke now, and don't have to pay goddamn rent. Uh-huh. Sonny eat up all that money and give money to her her YouTube married boyfriend and anybody else just to make herself look good. Okay. Nene said Carrie should snatch one of them orders and and la straight into the office. She can't even answer the door. Okay. All right. Like, come on now. I told you she needs to do what I told them kids to do. La na, you can't catch me up them stairs. Up them stairs, okay? That's what I've been doing. I cut the video off when she lied to the therapist that she mostly does positive videos on here, lying slut. When you come on here, you're gonna see dusty stripper videos. You're gonna see her sitting in there high, bobbling her head, screaming at people, doing all types of weird shit. Her kids, everything. Yeah, that's what you're gonna see. Her lying. That's all you're gonna see. Sunny does nothing positive, nothing at all over there. So I don't even know why she would even go to that point and tell a big ass lie like that. You can't even keep it real. You're not even proud of what you're doing. You're not even proud of it, because if you was proud of it, you'd have said to the lady, hey, I be going out there some shit. I'm trying to change myself, but I get drunk. I act a fool. I do this. I do that. No, not you. Not you. Okay. Let me see. D said, listen, when my nurse's aides and provider comes by, they have to do a daily report on us. Absolutely. On how well we're doing. It's called charting. She knows her report will be bad. Absolutely. She don't give a damn. Rose said, wait, the kids was cooking. Which yes, she had them cooking up there. Let me see. All that shit she talked, and she don't know how to start the process and getting a resource for herself. That's what killed it for me. I'm like, what? But I don't know how to. How do I start? I don't know how to. But you on here every goddamn day. hitting links, talking about people, trying to drag this, trying to drag that, but can't drag that, drag up Google, make some phone calls and do any, nah, mm-mm. Let me see, Don said my late, my late Marcus comments got me looking crazy. It does, sister, it sure do. Because I was like, wait a minute, how was that? Because as soon as Marcus left, I went straight into this, okay? Because I wanted to get that out before I got off of here. Okay, so remind me to retitle this live so everybody could know exactly what's been going on in here. And if one of my beautiful mods can, timestamp some of this for me so I can so the viewers, the replay again can get their entertainment in. Okay. If you're here for the sunny content is there. If you're here for what happened, the mini interview with Marcus about the Yanna situation and everything else, Monique, as he get into it, you can do that for me as well. Thank you so much. Okay. Let me see. She know how to. She just sorry. Just a sorry bitch. Just a sorry, weak ass bitch, the one. That's what she is. That's what she has showed us, the one. One, she has not showed us any kind of strength towards getting her life to the next level. Nothing. Mm-mm. No, because that's too decent for Sunny. Okay, that's way too decent. Sunny likes to be a Tegarega, wants to be a rebel, wants to do all that, and it's not working for her. It's not working with the one arm and no legs for you, okay? I need for you to do better, bitch. I really do. I want to see better because it's not happening. Mm-mm. Vanessa says she scrubbed her page again, took down all the old videos of her acting a fool. Now she's posting videos of her and the kids cooking like they're a happy family and shit. And that's not how you do it. You show your change. Like I said, she wasn't proud. She wasn't proud because if she was proud of her actions, she would have said, you know what? I did some shit here. Like I was here, I did some things that I'm not proud of, but I'm trying to change that now. She's not. Talk about, oh yeah, yeah, I'm still gonna drag you bitches, but ain't dragging a fuck body out here. You're really not. You're not. hmm If she was here in DC, they would have been taking those kids up out of there. New York too. New York too. Okay, keep you on your. New York will do that same shit. Vanessa don't got the footage though. Absolutely, Angel. Let me see. She was proud to tell her she has 40K subs, but what she didn't say, the majority just disrespect her, and the others coddle her. Right? Absolutely. She doesn't have support. Like there's no support. Okay, she has no support of the couple people that I don't want to regurgitate their name again because we know who they are, the enablers, you know and I told you that's not going to end well. And then Terrific, did you see her act like she didn't know how many subscribers she had? I think 44. Bitch, you know it's 44. You know it's 44. Okay? You look at that shit day in and day out. You know what the fuck you got, okay? Shit, trying to act like she don't watch that motherfucking day in and day out. You do, because that's all you have. Shit. That girl, oh my gosh. If she was here in DC, okay, I read that. Let me go down. Sunny over there going wild on you. And Marcus laughed out loud, right? Terrific. She thought that lady was going to give her praise. Let me see about all her flowers. You seen how she gave a pause for the lady to say something. The lady said, "That's good." Mm-hmm. And she lied. I gotta watch the replay. I missed the first half. Yeah, it's been child. It's about to hit 3 hours. It's about to die. Let me see. She got her orange wigs and tiger print on. She's saying she gonna tear you all up. For what? Girl, go tear up a goddamn Section 8 office. Go do what you got to do over there, girl, because you need assistance. You need an aide, you need an assistant, and you need somebody to drain them fucking sores. That's what you need, okay? But the one I don't need a play by play because guess what? I don't give a fuck about what Sonny say, okay? Sonny don't affect me, not one damn bit. Okay. She only thing Sonny really mad about is that he said that Monique had the best pussy. Okay. That's why she mad. All right. That's it. Don't give a fuck. How old how old are those girls? 6 and 7. Terrific said 44K subs and not a friend. That's definitely wow. Queen says she really has 24K because the channel was already at 20K. Thanks for letting me know that because I didn't even remember how much subscribers she had when it was given to her. Rose said and 43,999 of them motherfuckers some weird ass trolls, fools like her. Absolutely. Okay. Let me see. She has all those subs, but broke. And they are just that subscribers. They are not supported because they don't have badges. And also, they are there to watch the train wreck. Okay, the train wreck. I mean, come on. I go there to laugh, crack, and get content and get the hell on. That's it. That's it. Because you know she's gonna crash out. You know she's gonna act a fool. You know she's gonna get drunk. You know that. Okay. Ain't no good in her. She don't want better for herself. She gonna always be the crash dummy that she was made to be since she came to some mammy shitter that out. Okay? Crash dummy summy. That's what the fuck she is. And that's what she gonna always be. The mammy. The one who ain't never gonna get her shit right. And the one that's never, ever, ever gonna live up to be shit. Okay? We can guarantee that. We can guarantee that she gonna throw a wig on that dirty ass motherfucking hair and come sit on that sore and try to address people instead of getting up there and trying to get somewhere in life. We can guarantee that she gonna always be a bum. We gonna guarantee that Sunny gonna always be the crash dummy that she is. That's it. That's all. Bitch over there is still drooling over fucking Marcus. Still drooling over Marcus. Still over there playing a whole motherfucking game like I don't give a fuck about you, bitch. You do. You do. You still wish she was there. You still wish she was tapping that ass, bitch. You're mad. You're mad because he said Monique had the best out of all of y'all, bitch. Yes, he said it was top tier. I never said that about you. Okay, you will not be addressed. Okay, all right, you will never be addressed. He's not going back there, and that's why you're mad. You could scream, you could holler, you could shit in your shit bag all goddamn day, bitch. You know I don't give a fuck. Let me see. Terrific said I'm trying to cook, but gotta stop to crack the fuck up. Yes, literally a crash dummy. That's what we're there for. Who cares, Sonny? Who cares? You told them people you don't know how to get assistance. Like, girl, I'm gonna talk about that for the whole goddamn week. The whole week. Shit. Because not everybody gonna hear it on time, okay? And they need to know that you, bitch. What kind of bad bitch are you? Shit, Rose said terrific. Don't be burning shit up over there now. Facts. That's why she got rated below Mo. And did. And you can't tell us she ain't the baddest of the baddest of the baddest. Okay. Queen Spirit said he confirmed that her pum pum is not a 10. Absolutely. You can't tell her nothing else. Because according to her, she is the best thing ever. Okay. You got half a baddie fucking bitch over there. But like I said, crash dummy can finish crashing. I'm getting the fuck up off it. It's been 3 hours. Okay. My job is done here. Okay. I will enjoy the crash out. I will enjoy the rest of my evening. I hope you guys do too. Let me see. Wicked wasn't rated at all. She was just a test. Absolutely. She's not even to be spoke on. Like, the fuck? Content. You were content in the middle of while things wasn't doing so well. You were. That was it. Vanessa said Marcus said homeless pussy was better than crippled pussy. Call Monique Miss Wet Wet. Woo child. That thing knows full well how to get resources. She had it all dancing in that trap house. Wanna act wanna act like she don't know what everybody else to do what she doing, making it seem like, oh, it's because I don't know no bitch, it's because you on YouTube playing bad bitch. That's why. Okay, you on YouTube playing a bad bitch. And you don't want them folks to know that you just sitting there ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. That's what we see. Hit the like button for your girl. Let me see, Latrice. Yes, that's probably the first thing he thought about. Fetish type shit. That's it. That's it. No more. Crash dummy. We can always depend on you to entertain us, you crash dummy. Mm-hmm. The one said she's so mad that you in Marcus school, she crashing out. Absolutely, and she gonna keep crashing out. Absolutely. We had a calm conversation. I allowed him to get what he needed to get out, and that's what we wanted to hear. Okay. Let me see. She's entertainment. We all see where she going and don't feel bad. Absolutely. We can see it more than she can, and that's her life. That's her fucking life. Welfare, food stamps, Medicaid, and all. She's a pro receiving my tax dollars. Yeah, but she had to make an excuse because she ain't want them people to think she just sitting on her ass. Talk about she don't know how to. You'd have been like, come on. Oh, girl, let me tell you so much I can say right now. Matter of fact, I'll probably give another half an hour on this damn crash dummy ass bitch. Okay, probably. That's what she mad at. The one, and she mad she wasn't called out. She mad that she didn't get the airtime from him that she wanted. Okay. She's still over there crashing out over him. Still do. Still lay on that fucking teabag ass pillow and cry over Bubba. We know. We know. We seen you do it for damn near 6 months straight, bitch. Let's see, man, this chat got me so damn weak. And dude, I be wondering what bloods she be referring to. She putting it on bloods. Why is she so mad? Huh? Why you mad? Why you mad, girl? Like, come on, get it together, bitch. That thing could probably teach us something about how to get those resources. Okay. Roche's gonna really have me burn my food. Shoes. Let me see. Vanessa said, "Bitch is mental, all dressed up for a funeral that occurred 2 weeks ago." Girl, tell me about it. Hattie, I mean, why can't she just realize that? Let me put you up there. She was content fetish. Move on. Move on. You crashed out when you didn't get what you want. You want to treat people a certain way and expect goodness to come from that. No good will ever come to that bitch, okay? Until you do right, bitch, you gonna always crash out. You're gonna always be the crash dummy that you are. You're gonna always be the crash dummy for us to say, you know what? Let's go see what Solid Sunny got going on today. Okay, that's it. That's all. All right, because I don't even understand why you so fucking mad when you should make your own. I mean, you should be mad at yourself. You should be mad at your damn self. You coming out here with shit. We talk about it, you getting mad. I ain't gonna get mad. I'm gonna just be like, okay, I came here with the shit. The fuck? And Marcus, let me see, and Marcus, okay, but we will forever get the side eye. You smash Sunny. Out of all the women, you wanted your muscle killer ass. Out of all the women who wanted your muscular ass, right? Let me see, shitty content, literally. Literally. Okay, let me see. Um, if you want If you won't smash Sunny, what else? Okay, if you want to smash Sunny, what else will you smash this ATL? You mean in ATL or this ATL? How you leave therapy and your first thought is DOL? Okay, come on now. Come on now. That bitch don't give a fuck about her kids, don't give a fuck about herself. She is drama filled. Okay. Dysfunction is her first name. Okay. Dysfunction, dysfunction, dysfunction. That's it and that's all. That's all she know. That's all she feeds off of. She doesn't take anything positive from anything. Okay. That's it and that's all. Like, come on now. Let me see. And that's why I said what I said about the premiere. Like, girl, you talk about, yeah, it's some girl. Mm-mm. Let me see. Hold on. And do. And she do. But do we give a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Because I know I don't. Yo, her and that orange wig, yo, she killed me with that shit. Looking like the main tail. That bitch is the main tail. The main tail. Big man. Big man looking crazy. Look at you. You should be online right now looking for assistant. Let me see. The one exactly would never go behind Sonny Marcus stock crashed after that. The one said, boy, she's so mad that you got the exclusive of Marcus. She mad because it ain't nothing she can do but call out blood to the abyss. Not the abyss. I gotta put that up there. Woo child. Anyway, I'm getting out of here. I got shit to do. I want to relax now. I've had a good 3 hours and 10 minutes. Okay, so this has been fun. I won't be back tonight. I'll see you guys in the morning. Make sure you guys my Life and with Chase. I do have a video in the morning. Check out that title as well. Can somebody drop that in the chat, please? If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. It's lighthearted over there. We talk about relationships, things like that. I have a show in the morning. I'm just going to be doing talking. You can lay there, listen, or you can tap in. Either or, just let that shit run so I can, get that channel going too as well. Because it's very interesting, okay? Look, she was crying. Oh my God, I'm tapped in. She was crying. She was crying. She was definitely crying. How the fuck does she get into that clothes? I said, I was thinking like, damn. How does she get into this shit? Oh my God. Look, Corey said, can you stand up? Someone said, was that hair? Was that armpit hair? Someone says, stop drinking, please. She would never stop drinking. She's gonna always be the crash out that she is. Okay, she can't stop drinking. That's it. They're like cap, all through it, cap. And Sonny, your audience is seeing right through you that you are the bogus bitch that you are. Okay, you sitting here thinking that you're the baddest of the baddest of the baddest, and it's just not working. Okay, you can't even put a life together for yourself and your fucking kids. You're definitely big cap. Okay. Vanessa says she is fixated with DOLT rent free and Sunny Head. Absolutely, and she could, because it's not taking her nowhere. It ain't taking her nowhere. It ain't get. Hey 12 WW4L, how you doing, love? Thanks for coming through. You got that good badge. You got gifted earlier. Oh man, thank you, Ro, for dropping that up in here. Thank you. Make sure you guys hit that button over there and hit the subscribe. get up with me in the morning. Okay. And I was, thank you, Clarissa. You was in the bushes, girl. You saw all the shit. Anyway, in my, let me see. Thanks for the gifted membership. Yes. Shout out to artists. Let me see. Yeah. Shout out to artists and shout out to Nini for those memberships. Definitely. Ooh-cha. But yeah, she's definitely been crying. You can tell. Sunny's fucked up with it. Okay. That shit is thick around the eyes and shit. You know, that tea bag pillow was built up today. It really was. Poor Tink Tink. Tinka Tink Tink. Okay. Anywho, I'm really out of here right now. Let me see. Imagine her rolling on the bed trying to put those. That's what I picture and screaming at Noelle to come and help her. Remember, it took her breath away getting out of the car. So yeah, getting dressed gotta be funny as shit. Absolutely. Rolling around, screaming at that child so she could come and sit on here. Bitch, get dressed and go to the DFAX office and go get some assistance, bitch. That's what we want to see you do. And I'm doing a live on Sunday tomorrow too as well. I'm definitely in tomorrow night because the morning is called Life and with Chase. Make sure you guys please tune in, okay? Catch this replay. Hit the like button. Shout out to the replay gang, okay? 12. Thank you, boo. Thank you for my $10, honey. Right before I got up out of here. Yes, leaving the minors because there's no one else. Right. No one else down. That's it. Anyway, let me see. Corey asked her to stand up. Yep, that's what I just said, boo. I just said that in the chat. Anyway, I hate when my live is going and it's back and forth and stuff like that because I don't do that. I just really talk about the bitch and shit like that. Watch it and talk about the bitch because I don't like that stuff. I'm very much full of myself. Okay, so I'm getting off and I'm going to go enjoy my evening. I'll talk to you guys later.